team with the shield, I'll play Reinhardt, not Winston. So he jumps in alone, like usually he jumps in alone, so you need to protect yourself with the bubble. And one more tip for Winston bubble, when you dive in, like there will be Zen or Ana or McCree or someone, and if you 1v1 him, like you have to bubble and like move, like go in, go out, go in bubble, go out bubble, like this, and like you have to dodge like enemies shot as many as you can, and like yeah, then you can manage your health really well. Then Winston is better than Reinhardt. This meta is because Monkey has a jump pad, so Reinhardt can stay only at the like bottom, but Monkey can jump, so he can go upper, or like he can be anywhere, right? So try to stay like high ground every time and take like aggro, like make them shoot you and just you escape. And one tip for the basic playstyle of Winston, when you see their comp and when you see our comp, like think like how do you want to play. Like let's say if our team is Genji Tracer, and like if they're like Widow something, then how do you have to play? Like you have to play really aggressive, and like if our comp is like Widow Brick or really defensive comp, and if enemy is like Genji Tracer, then like you have to play passive and you have to manage your health. Like just press tab and check their comp and think like how do you want to play. Now like look at our comp, like we have a 2-hit scan, McCree Ashe, and we have a Doomfist. Our comp is basically a defensive comp, right? Because like 2-hit scan, Doomfist, Zarya, Ana, so like I said before, just think how do you want to play. Like okay, double sniper, Mercy. Oh, I think I'll just go in and get bubble and make our team space, like, and just make space. Yeah, I drop and I get healed, and yeah, and we make kill like this every time. If they have double sniper, like try to go and make space and just back and take kill and do it every time. And if you have ult and if they don't have break, try to push enemy to the corner, and then it's really easier to make a kill. Like this, like use it and try to like push the corner, and like you can hit more like this. Like yeah, push the corner like this. Those are my Winston basic tips. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe and write comment please. Bye.
What's up guys, it's Space here with some advanced D.Va tips on a 244Hz monitor. Okay guys, for the first part of this video, we're going to be doing some advanced D.Va bomb placement tips for you guys to use in your ranked games or in scrims, custom games, whatever you guys want to do. The first one we're going to go over is Hollywood. It's Hollywood first point attack. The first spot you want to stand in for this bomb is this little circle right here. And the best way to line up your bombs is to usually use a spray when you're in a custom game. Just drop a spray down so you'll always remember where the spot is when you're practicing. And first you stand in this circle, put your crosshair right on this wall. There's like a white line on this column that you can line your crosshair up with, and then instant shift Q. This bomb should clear both high ground and low ground of Hollywood A defender's first point, so you can kind of juke bomb so there's nowhere for them to really hide. Alright guys, for the second bomb we're going to be on King's Row, attack point B. For this bomb, you want to get up on this high ground here on second point. This is a really good bomb to clear if you're ever stuck in this midway of King's Row and the defenders are holding in the back alley, basically their old spawn. So the first thing you want to do is you want to stand on this corner here. You want to put your crosshair right next to this antenna, put it right on the side of it. You want to run jump, hold your booster for 50%, and try and get it over this roof right here. It should clear their whole entire backline's old spawn so that nobody can hide on either wall. Alright guys, for this last...
Alright guys, welcome to another Los Angeles Valiant community stream. This time around, we are partnered with NYXL. We got some of our fans out here today at a very intimate gathering here at the Immortals Valiant kind of training area. I'm Jamerson and joining me today, one of your hosts and casters, is going to be Jacob Bishop. Bishop, really straightforward with your name, by the way.
Yeah.
Not right. Cloud9 Bishop.
No, different.
Not Cloud9 Bishop. Before that mistake's made.
Yeah.
Right. No, I mean, that mistake's been made plenty of times.
Yes, that mistake has been done and done again. Yeah, but we've got a lot of great things lined up for you guys. I'm sure you guys have tuned into, you know, the Valiant Cup before and everything else that we've done during the off season. This is going to be the last off season kind of show match that we're going to be able to do for you guys. And so I hope you guys enjoy it, but we're going to have a lot of exhibition matches to start off where we're going to have NYXL versus Valiant fans going off in best of 3 6v6s. We got Pharmercy Pro-Ams, we got the 4v4s, and then of course, yeah, the fans and the players will go ahead and face off against each other from each region. But you know, earlier this year we had of course the California Cup going on. This time, instead of whatever, you know, who's best from the West Coast, it's going to be which coast is best. But we got some news we'll hold off on until later about the rosters because we're not going to be able to field all of the Valiant players today. Lots of circumstances we'll explain as we get closer to the event. But for the next few hours, you know, just to warm you guys up, and as our players need to warm up ourselves here at the Valiant HQ, we've got some exhibition matches. We're going to be starting it off. It's going to be a 6v6. Now, Valiant, of course, they're not slouching at all. Definitely not slouching.
Bringing a pretty crazy roster for this. And, you know, Jacob, you used to coach a lot of these players. Formerly, you were the coach of the UCI collegiate team. So what can you tell us about this roster?
Definitely talent.
Yeah.
Like they've been, all of them have been in the scene for a very, very long time. They've all been day oneers. So they have the amount of experience they have collectively is impressive, let alone the structure that the school does provide for them, makes them a serious contender for competitive players.
Yeah, so we've got a mixture of the UCI and the UCLA squad. I believe we're bringing in Pharah and who's the other person? Real quickly, I'm blanking. I'm so sorry. Syracuse. He's going to be coming in as the off tank for them, and Pharah 7 is going to be playing the flex DPS. And of course, if you guys watch the California Cups, you're familiar with these players, right? From UCI, from UCLA. These are all really great players, and so they're going to be representing Valiant today in this fan matchup up against New York fans. I'm not sure what the New York roster is, but this is awesome. I love this setting, by the way, because like this is like a converted, I think, garage or like a pool house. There's no pool, so I think it is the converted garage. And so like, yeah, the fans are able to just walk by. This is awesome. We just had Briggsy on stream right there. But yeah, I mean, as soon as we're ready to get into this game, we're gonna do a best of 3 here. Fans versus Vans, Valiant versus XL, and we're gonna be starting it off, I believe, on Busan? Yeah, Busan is gonna be the first map. So what do you think about Busan? Like, we haven't seen much of it in competitive play, just because, you know, it's been off season.
Been a while off season. I think it's a really interesting map. I think it's designed, it's very different from other costs. You know, you have a lot of the costs who kind of go for an outdoor map design, and indoor map design, and then sort of more whatever the theme is of the map is. Busan has really interesting because there's no really set indoor map. A lot of it feels really open, which for control is really interesting to me.
Yeah, and then it's interesting you say that because you have something like the mecha base, which is supposed to be indoors, but there are so many different alleyways you can get in, especially onto the point. And then once you get onto the point is really weird because it's also it's dynamic.
Just,
you've got the walls
dynamic.
that go up and down. Lucius can get boops if fights get taken out on the outside, but here's the biggest worry that I have, and I think this is a sentiment that everyone shares. Goats. Lots of 3-3. We saw it even yesterday in the NYXL and Philly matches. It was 5 maps straight of basically goats. No. There was a map, I forget what it was. I think it might have been Volskaya, where they did double sniper on defense.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was Philly that did it. I can't quite remember.
Okay.
But this is a map where even in my own competitive games, I see a lot of 3-3.
Yes, this is a very staple area to see a lot of the 3 things. You know, I'm interested to see. This is one of the few maps where you do see Hammond come out. I see it selected.
I hope so.
By Learn to Play. I'm excited.
Do it, Nick.
I hope it's there.
Yeah.
I want it very badly. It always mixes it up, you know.
All right, so it's gonna be game number 1 as we load on in here to Busan, our first point. Oh, please, Nicholas, do this for me. I know like he likes to pull out these like off-meta strats from times. And so we'll see. I mean, after spending, 2 years, 2.5 years playing just like Reinhardt, Winston, you kind of just want to play a different one.
You gotta be excited.
Right?
You see the hamster character, you're like, yes, let's go.
So we already have triple support coming out from Los Angeles, right? They've got the Zen Lucio and the Brigitte. So a lot of utility offered. And the most important in the triple support lineup, I would really say, is the Zenyatta. Just that Orb of Discord just reduces the TTK. And already the rollout coming out from Learn to Play, he's already the first on the points. If we're gonna have typical Ghost coming out from the New York fans here, represented by Raze, Javion, Bane, Plasma Snake. I think that's just the NYXL Venoms. There we go. The first jump comes on in, and he's getting dropped down low, but the shield keeps him alive. Oh no! 7 has gone down.
That's a huge disadvantage. Losing that break early means that there's really not going to be anything to provide your backline with consistent peel outside of Lucio. That stun being gone, huge, means you cannot get the Discord on the Reinhardt for free. Really sets them up to win this next fight quite easily now that that break is gone.
Oh, Raze goes for the charge in. He was dropped down low. That's what we were talking about, having the Zenyatas on both sides. But here's Zerocious. He's really well known for his Widowmaker play. Hasn't been able to come up with a pick quite yet, but again, it's just the Los Angeles fans slowly and inching their way onto the point. It is contested for now, but they are getting every elimination so far. Isaac even going super far back into the back line. Doesn't care there's a Brigitte in his face. He's going to still need to push forward as Learn to Play picks her up. And with that, LA just takes the point back.
I feel like the longer fights are going to go on, LA is going to continue to gain the advantage. They seem to have the more mobile comp with the D.Va Hammond. They're going to be able to get around. They're going to be able to get behind and pressure the tanks. I feel like the longer the fight goes on for blue team here, the better the chance they have to win.
Yeah, there's a lot more mobility, and I want to say also, Zerocious on this Widowmaker. You have to remember that with the triple support setup coming out from NY fans, that you don't have huge burst healing. You don't have an Ana, right? The point of this composition with the Lucio is to kite away once you are in like critical hit range, and then heal up that way. But the Widowmaker, with the Orb of Discord, does so much burst damage that it makes it so difficult. Now they're going to push forward with that Transcendence, but LA fans are just going to go ahead and kite away from that. Oh, Plasma Snake takes out Zerocious as the support ultimates are coming in. A little bit layered there with the Transcendence and the Lucio sound barrier, but it looks like it's not going to be enough.
Yeah. For New York as well. Quite an exchange of ultimates. Los Angeles fans burning 4 of their ults with Beat, Trance, Rally, and D.Va Bomb, it looks like. They burnt quite a bit. What is that exchange? 4 for 5? Looks like both teams pretty much all in for that point. They really wanted to get that exchange.
There was a lot of ultimates expended there. LA fans pretty much just emptying their gas tank as we do have a pause, but right before that, Zerocious was able to take out Bane, and that's pretty huge. Getting rid of the D.Va in that in this context, especially when you're running the Ghost style, right? If that Widowmaker is allowed to just reign free and there's no defense matrix or D.Va interface, because she's really the only one who has the mobility to deal with her.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the most potent things, like you were talking about earlier with the Widow, is her burst damage, right?
Yeah.
The main proponent of why she is so strong is, it might sound crazy to say, but she actually is countering their Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Because the second he drops his shield to swing or provide any pressure that he would normally do, he gets a Discord Orb and he gets shot in the face for what? It's 300 damage headshot plus 30%, so it's probably right around 400. It's a lot. It's a big chunk of his health.
I mean, we all remember, right? Stages 1, 2, and 3 of like Overwatch League, where Widowmaker was just absolutely destroying everyone. If you get a headshot on a tank, they're basically out of the fight until they're healed up again. But with using the 3-3 composition where you have the Ryan Zarya, the Zenyatta, Lucio, and the Brig, you don't have huge burst healing. Hopefully, maybe your armor pack is off cooldown, or you have an amp, but you don't want to use an amp just for heals.
Yeah, usually that is saved specifically for engage, disengage, whatever. More on the fly type of plans where you need to react. And
more utility. But that Widowmaker, it has been working out for them so far. We'll see. Again, before that pause, they got the pick onto Bane. And the thing is, here's one of the things, like craziest things about 3-3 that I like to harken it to. Remember back when triple DPS was like a really huge thing, or also we're back. The selfless composition.
Yes.
And the way they played, right? A lot of these fights are so prolonged that something on like a control point map. Oh, Learn to Play. Pile drivers on in, takes Plasma Snake out.
End up getting the V, but it doesn't touch Plasma. Ooh, big stun coming out. Reinhardt's gonna be taking a lot of pressure here. I'm not sure if the Discord Orb is on him right now. He's pretty free to swing right now. The front line's not there for blue. Looks like they're pressuring the back line. Reinhardt really just trying to create space and hold this down. The damage coming in, oh, huge pick onto Bane from Ferocious.
Yeah, again, there's no one to deal with him. Bane is the only person. A huge charge coming in from Raze, but you have to remember, you don't want to go in that deep. You need the rest of your team there as the Reinhardt, or you just get taken out. Javion having difficulty with the Zarya now, not that high charge. He's only at 60% here. Will go down as Select picks up 2. So with that, LA, they're at 70%. New York fans, they need to get onto the point quickly.
LA really struggling to finish out fights super quickly. Sorry, New York really struggling to finish out fights quickly enough to where they're allowing Blue to gain control of so much of the space. Whereas Red, with their composition, with the immobile frontline tanks, kind of has to throw all their eggs in that basket of protecting the Reinhardt, the Zarya, that classic combo with the stuns and the Brig. Whereas Blue team has a lot more freedom of movement.
Pile driver with the mines coming on in. It's a huge choke point, but the Zenyatta's able to go in. Transcendence pops on all of it, almost no damage going across. Razi charges in once again, but here's the Transcendence coming out from LA this time. There's an Earth Shatter, there's a Graviton. They could use this, but they've already lost a Brigitte from the New York fans. Now we have Sound Barrier answering that grab. That keeps them alive. Select takes out Plasma Snake. 2 members down, 3 members down. LA fans just running away with this as overtime ticks away. First point is going to go to LA.
LA Valiant's getting that early pick. New York knew they didn't have time. They had to commit with those ults. Unfortunately, they were down. It was a 5v6. So even with those ults, even with the value they were getting from those ults, they were still just at a disadvantage from the start. LA was just super composed, calm, was able to just stay ready and able to win that fight.
And there you see them. They're actually playing out in what is usually one of the practice areas for the Valiant. I don't know. I don't think we got you a proper tour.
I did not get
of
a full
the area,
tour yet. I'm
but
excited.
it's really cool because there are also like back bungalows for the different teams. So anytime I think they can like house, or not house, but accompany like 3 or 4 separate teams.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a sweet facility.
Remember the last time I was here? Yeah, the regular OWL squad was here. They had one of their mobile squads here, their league squad. I don't know. It's this facility is pretty amazing. And so now as we load on to downtown.
Interesting, they swapped to Dive from New York.
Okay, so they're gonna go for, there's a Widowmaker, Raze. He went over from the main tank, now going over to Sniper here, wants to try and answer Zerocious, but that's gonna be a pretty tough ask. He's gotten some good damage off already at 17%, 26 now towards his charge, but he's not getting any critical damage here. Select is dropped down low, but no one's jumping on top of him. That's a window that New York wasn't able to take advantage of, but they took out 7.
I feel like New York has sacrificed just a little bit too much pressure on the front line for having the Zarya. I feel like not having the D.Va allows the Hog to just get a little bit too much value. And they're really going to struggle to be mobile and really create pressure with that dive, considering the fact that they have the Zen Moira, which is a lot of great healing for them, but the Moira really doesn't do anything outside of the excessive healing for their team.
And also just taking hooks to the face as Isaac Birdie takes him on out, so that's going to be a great stagger coming out from them. And they did swap over to the D.Va, and that's supposed to be one of the great counters to the Roadhog, right? You see a hook coming in, sure, that's fine and connected, just make sure he doesn't get the left or right clicks onto them afterwards. So somehow wasn't able to save him there, wasn't quick enough at that. So that's going to stall them out a little bit longer there. 22% now are LA fans. And take a look, Isaac, he's already got the whole Hog here. If they try to push out here, he might just throw them onto the 3rd rail.
There's nowhere for them to go. They're stuck in the corner or off the map.
2 kills going on over. It's a 2-for-1 exchange, as it looks like Javion was able to get into the back with that Sombra. Now, I don't know. Do you agree with the Sombra? I understand that like Learn to Play is on the Wrecking Ball, but does that require a Sombra?
So for me, the reason I agree with the Sombra currently is if you look at LA, they have 1 healer. They're only running a single Zenyatta, which I don't think
I didn't
they
even
pointed out yet.
recognize that.
They have 1 healer, so
yeah.
The main thing is they really do not have anyone to staple and consistently keep the Zen alive. They have the ability to pressure, but if he does end up taking a one-on-one scrappy fight, there's nothing to help him. Like this, see? There's nowhere for him to gain health. He has to burn that transfer from that Tracer pressure, which could have been safe to protect against the grab combo, even though they swapped, so maybe not the grab combo, but it could have protected against the Moira ults. They could have done reactively to EMP. There's a lot of options he has. Blue team up an advantage. They're just going to clean this fight up, take the advantage they have.
Yeah, this is a great stagger also onto the D.Va. Gian gonna go down soon, and that's gonna put him at like 85% before. Actually, gonna be like 95.
There's gonna be a forced to fight a 5v6 on the last fight because there's no way he gets back in time. If you die before 80% on the points in control, you do not have the time to make it back to point.
Now, Javion on the Sombra was able to take out Select beforehand. This time Select doesn't have a trance, but of course Javion has the EMP, so that could be an instant kill. 98, 99. No one's on the point. There we go. Someone touches it, but Isaac was able to take out So that Moira, now as Rose goes in, but still, it's all LA.
Yeah, they're too established. They just have too much.
There's nothing they can do at all. I know it was kind of one of the gambles to run, right? You try to go Widow versus Widow. Rose got some good poke damage off with the body shots on the Widow, but it just wasn't enough. Isaac going over onto this Hog was a huge difference maker. He helped get them one of the first picks. A lot of great staggers.
The Hog came in kind of dominating, actually. It was able to control both the main areas of entry to the point. He just stood there the entire time and let his other team say, okay, we are going to sacrifice a healer. I'm going to stand in point. I'm going to control this space, and there's nothing they can do about it. They don't have an anti-heal. They didn't have the Ana. They had the Moira. So there's nothing they can really do to stop that take a breather, which is a huge defensive cooldown, 300 HP, 50% reduced healing. Very easy for him to go up, threaten with the hook, and get out whenever he wants. So I think that actually worked out really well for him.
Yeah, and it was a 25% GOATS play rate across the 2 points there on Busan.
The most promising thing.
Yeah, 25% GOATS play rate. So you know what? Bless.
Take it.
It's just map number 1, but we are going to be loading onto map number 2. And shortly, it is going to be in New York's pick. They're going to pick from Hybrid here. And so with their, I want to say with how quickly they went to 3-3 as the first composition, that maybe we see something like
KR.
King's Row. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, KR. It's never a surprise to see that map, right? It's the most staple. Everyone's played King's Row a million times, right? It's the map everyone knows. It's the staple hybrid map. Simple.
I'm hoping it'll be something like a Hollywood. Hollywood would be great.
Hollywood, New Bonnie even. I haven't seen New Bonnie in a while.
New Bonnie, I forgot that existed.
Exactly.
I play it. I play it on ladder all the time, but like when I see it, I generally don't see it like in games. So
it's a great map.
Honestly, anything that's not King's Row, I would like to see right now. So Hollywood, Iconvolve.
Iconvolve too, classic.
Yeah. Iconvolve's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because like first point,
so different.
Yeah, first point is like it could be very 3-3 heavy, but. It doesn't have to be, but especially when you go to second point, you're most likely not going to see the.
You're most likely going to be seeing a variant of dive.
Yeah, some sort of variant of dive, maybe double snipers, lots of great things.
And the third point is actually really interesting too, because even if you do go goats, there's always that chance of pulling out like a surprise Junkrat because it's such a confined space.
Yeah,
spam works really well there, and even like cheeky Mei picks and things like that. There's a little bit more variants that you can show off.
That's why I was hoping that we were actually gonna get like aligned here or something. I just wanted to see some Mei because she's actually pretty nuts right now.
Yeah, no, she's solid.
Her damage is insane. And like with the compositions that are being like run, I just call them like the rock and sock 'em, like with the Brigitte and any composition,
any cleave damage is super solid with her, and freeze more CC. CC is always present.
We go back to the days of like the Blizzard grab. Remember that combo?
Classic. Probably was, even still to this day, one of the strongest ult combinations.
Yeah. So it is going to be King's Row for map number 2 here as Los Angeles fans. They want to just close this on outs right now. No substitutions coming in. LA is just going to go ahead and run the same. We have 4 members of the UCI varsity squad and 2 members of the UCLA varsity squad and 7 in Syracuse. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure that the New York fans, or a lot of them are like the NYXL Venom, their fan club, like their unofficial but official fan club. I don't know how to describe it.
It's a group of fans who just trying to game.
Super fans.
Just trying to game.
Gamers.
Yes.
All just gamers. But it's going to be LA starting off on the defense here. And hey, Nick, he's going to be sticking with the Hammond. This is great too. It's like one of the great things I didn't actually mention it is that when Hammond goes in for the pile driver, he doesn't have to like aim for like a Reinhardt, right?
Yes.
If there was a Reinhardt, then he would just go beyond them, knock up the squishies, and allow the Widowmaker to get like the headshots. It was like when people were using Orisa, using the halt above the Rein shield and doing that. But instead, it's going to be, oh wow, triple DPS coming out from NY.
You're taking a page out of LA's book a little bit, and they're trying to go for the single. Ooh, Learn picks up a really quick pickup on Zarya. See, I feel as if they're splitting their healing resources just a little bit too much on New York. One Mercy doesn't seem like quite enough to work really well, because the difference between LA's plan with their solo heal last game was they had a Roadhog, self-sustained, Hammond, high mobility, D.Va, high mobility as well, can get out, can get to those health packs.
Doomfist, he's got the shield.
Exactly. Yeah. New York, see, they have 2 snipers they have moderate mobility.
What is Ferocious doing? Oh, this is just BM.
Don't want to aim.
Okay. His mouse wasn't working. He's just swapping out mouse. Oh, and that's already getting punished. The double sniper coming out. Picks. Yeah. Javion is dropping low though. Learn to Play was just able to stay there for free and just take him out. But that's complete map control now going over to NY. Once they get the res,
Just the value in HP is too different.
I think LA just got a little bit too big for their britches there.
I think they
Ferocious just BMing. Plasma's able to jump on out, but here we go. We've got the Coalescence coming out from LA. They're trying to take this back now. Never mind, not a Coalescence. Oh wait, it was.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, they're bringing it back. They managed to stabilize. All they had to use was Coalescence. It seems like, see, the thing that New York is going to struggle the most with this composition, is they're exactly exchanging for this reason, is they don't have point pressure. They don't have the ability to stand on point. Mercy has to stay attached to one of her snipers to be safe and not put herself in the threat range. They don't have the ability to stand on point, so they swap off to the Ana, they swap off to the Sombra. They're going to go for a little bit more pressure on the Zen, and they're going to be able to try to punish that Hammond with the hack.
With all of these swaps though, down to 2 minutes now for NY, it's going to be so difficult if LA like use their ultimates effectively. I mean, Learn to Play should just be able to win this himself. Like he goes in with a pile driver with a great, not the greatest of placements of mines there, but he's able to back out.
The general area of the show.
Yeah.
I think the main thing that like, it's not necessarily the mine placement, whereas it can frag out. The main pressure that this character provides is that he's always just there, right? You can see him spinning around above you, menacingly.
And that adaptive shield makes him like scarily tanky.
Yes, because he can just go in and get that slam damage, pressure your supports, you're scared, and leave. It's almost, without some sort of hard CC and incredible burst damage, you can't really excessively punish him for going in.
Oh, we've got the info side out. Sniper battles, Ana versus Ferocious. But as the Primal Rage was used, 7 did go down to it, but Syracuse with a great two-man self-destruct, taking out, both the Ana and the Mercy here. Now we're down to a minute for NY, and they were able to build a grab. Jian has that. They're gonna almost have a Nano Blade up to it too. So this is actually a great place for them to be in, but LA's not gonna allow them to, get a huge 4 or 5 man grab off.
Especially with this composition, they're not exactly grouped up for goats.
And there's already a pick off. Plasma, he doesn't have like the D.Va to work with. Here's the Graviton Surge. It doesn't look like it actually connects to anyone. Transcendence is going to be used. Learn to Play is already taken out. The Zarya here as the res comes out to Plasma. But the thing is, the Mercy has to give up her life to go for that res. And so it's going to be a complete rout coming out from LA here as they're looking to full hold NY.
Only issue is that now they don't have Trance. They still have that Nano Blade, and they do have that 20 seconds to touch. It's going to be an overtime fight. But I don't know if LA should have committed to that grab. They had the man advantage. They weren't scared. I think they could have saved that transfer just a little longer until they knew for a fact that they were threatened.
Now NY though, they're getting stalled up here. As the Nano comes on out, they're trying to push on in. They've got the Hammond themselves. No, there we go. Here comes the Nano Blade out as Javion gets into the back, takes out Select here, but he is so low HP, out of LOS of his heals. No one's on the point. LA is gonna hold them, allowing NY only about 41%.
Really not a lot of progress on that point. They again, they didn't have the presence to be able to stand on point. There was too much damage coming out from LA for New York to really establish, especially because they ran only a single Mercy for 3 fights?
2 minutes, about 2 minutes,
About 2 minutes, first 2 minutes, then they swapped and started building ults for other things, but...
I mean, like to their credit, they swapped out at the right time at 2 minutes.
That's the appropriate time to swap, it's just...
And so they were able to build up the Nano Blade along with the grab. It's just the execution of it, especially up against a team that's playing so far and spread out because it's King's Row, right? You can take upper, you can take lower,
so many
hotel. But I think Learn to Play, he had one more minefield at the end there, and they had to walk over a literal minefield just to get onto the point. So he got it on the choke that time. That time. Yes. I'm gonna give Nick as much crap as possible.
Oh, of course. I hope we give him as much as literally possible before they kick us off.
All right, so it's gonna be LA's attack now. We'll see what they go with.
I hope it's not. I hope it's not what they're doing.
Pentatank.
This is actually sextuple tank?
Sextuple tank. That's hard to say. That was a lot more difficult to say than I was expecting. But if Javion goes with this May pick, this is actually the pick against 6 tanks.
This is probably if they had subbed out maybe the Zarya for a Reaper or something, maybe then that might be the most perfectly optimal.
Yeah.
But
the May could definitely work though.
Oh, the May is the wall. They just don't have speed. There's no way they get.
There's no speed.
They swap. I guarantee they lose this first fight.
Well, yeah. I think they're gonna lose this fight. But we'll see, like, if they make any adjustments.
If they do not get a man advantage incredibly quickly, there is no way they win the extended fight.
Oh, there's the wall, but LA, they were just grouped up.
They're just running straight head first into a full team of tanks.
Oh boy. And the only real damage went off across onto Syracuse, and like he healed that up, right? He had to take a breather. Wow. That's 5 kills already. It's just Rosalind there.
They rolled through. See, the thing is, New York did not take the time to look at their comp. They just saw, they went for the wall, they said, we walled, we gotta go. They were all into that plan, and then they walked in and suddenly the entire tank roster in the game was standing in front of them.
Yeah, that was a quick 2-0 there. I believe it was a best of 3, so yeah, that's gonna be a 2-0.
That's gonna be the end, right?
The thing is, like, LA also understood like how their composition worked and what could counter it, and they understood that maybe if there was a Mei, we'd be both.
Yes.
Right? So when they moved through the choke, they moved in all together. Usually you're supposed to be able to catch people out, but because they were all tanks, they didn't have to worry about like staggering
There was
properly.
no, we have to regroup behind the wall. Nothing.
What's positioning when all you want to do is press W?
Yeah. We all have armor. We all have armor. What do we have? We don't have to go anywhere. We're fine.
We've got 3 different shields. We're just gonna move forward. They even brought out the Orisa.
They brought out literally all. There was 6 tanks.
Yeah. So it says here that we're supposed to do a post-match analysis. What's your analysis, Bishop?
LA was an absolute unit on the offensive Kings row. That's my analysis.
They did. They moved like a unit, and every single one of them was a unit.
Yeah, individually as well. Yeah, literally by the HP.
There really wasn't much to break down there. You know,
it was simply basically you could summarize it by saying that like New York was prepped for a tank heavy composition.
Yeah.
They weren't prepped for an only tank composition.
Yeah.
And LA knew what they were. They knew that there was high risk, like high reward, right? Or not even high risk, probably medium risk, because they have so many more fights to take. They have no problem stacking to go for that cheesy 6 tank comp.
Yeah.
If they end up walking in and fighting them, maybe they even noticed that New York was a little bit tentative about taking longer fights.
Yeah, they were. They definitely were. And like one of the things is also, just understanding map win conditions and how to allocate your resources, and time being one of them. We saw, on their offense, New York, they understood at 2 minutes we have to go for easy execution. We need to go for win conditions. So they swap off onto the
classic,
Nano,
the Sombra Genji,
and the Ana.
Yeah.
Right.
The classic.
And so like
because they went for the classic. You have 2 ult combinations that you combine with the Grav EMP and the Nano Blade. The staple, almost every single comp structure is around having something like this.
Yeah.
Which is almost sort of having a win button for some fights. Hanzo Dragon is a very classic example of we need to get King's Row first point. Let's go.
Let's get a grab. Let's get a dragon. Let's finish this out.
Yeah, let's end this.
Yeah, I mean, UCI would have done the same thing. They understood. Like, and honestly, I think if the first push didn't work, then they might have swapped off. They would have, I think, swapped at least one tank off onto a Lucio.
Yes.
Just that. Just that. And then would have tried to go for it. But you saw.
That's the thing. It was exactly like I thought, right? If LA managed to go in and get a pick, they win, right? Because they have the advantage of they have all the HP that they don't have any healing, but. They have the damage, they have the pressure, they have the whole presence of
They have the
all
damage mitigation, everything,
They don't need that healer for the first 10 seconds of the fight.
When you can block 2,000 HP with the Ryan Shield, 900 with the Orisa's barrier, 900, right?
900,
Orisa's barrier?
900.
Were they running on Winston?
Yep. No, Hammond.
They were running Hammond instead.
D.Va.
Hammond, he's got the adaptive shield, so he can tank up to an extra 400 HP.
What do they have?
500 HP.
Matrix,
Zarya barrier. Yeah. So like effectively, they can block out 4,000 damage with just their cooldowns and stuff.
They basically took all their eggs, put it in the I want to win this fight really, really, really quick, and if we don't win this fight really, really, really quick, we lose.
Yeah, we're not being serious about this composition. Don't run this composition on your ladder.
We are not being serious. We're not saying, oh yeah, no, six tanks?
6 tanks, it's viable. I mean,
it'll
be, I think it's viable up until like gold?
Probably. I mean,
I can't, I wish I could speak to that, but I can't.
Yeah.
Because I haven't played lower than Diamond in like a year.
I've messed around.
Because but the lowest I've ever been ranked was like 57 season 1.
Season 1.
And
I started like 40 something season 1. It was a disaster.
Yeah, season 1 I went. Oh, it was great. It was very satisfying because I placed 57 season 1.
Oh yeah.
And then I ended 75. So it was kind of like a palindrome at the end. 57, 75.
I ended higher than you, so we'll take that.
Yeah. What? 83.
I think I was 77, 78.
Oh, 77, 78, okay.
I think I was 1 away from the season 1 top 500.
That was the weird system, right? Where it was like
coin flip and
it was coin flip, and then it was also very similar to kind of like the Hearthstone kind of ranking system, where like you win 3 and then you get like the promotion thing, and then you go up to 76 or whatever. Odd times.
Yeah, interesting.
It's been almost 3 years.
It's been so 2.5 years, dude.
2.5 years since launch.
Wow, that's crazy.
Time's flown by.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's been 3 years. Did you play beta?
I did play beta.
Okay, yeah, so it's been 3 years for a lot of us.
Yeah.
A lot of the players also, I would imagine.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're making me feel weird.
How'd you get your beta key?
I begged. I think I begged one of my friends who had one.
Yeah.
And I was like, please let me play this video game.
All right, so yeah. I mean, it was the hot item back then.
Listen, man, I didn't have a lot of
I took
options.
2 days off of work.
Oh, really?
Sorry, Nick, but I took 2 days off of work. Hey, oh, look at that. We got KSF behind us along with Space. How's it going, guys? What is he drinking? It's nice and hot. It's gotten weirdly cold enough here in Los Angeles that now like you have like
you
steaming
can-
cups of everything.
Hot cocoa's back on the menu now.
Yeah.
You can actually have it.
Yeah.
It's no longer taboo.
I don't know how else we can break that down, but we've got a lot more coming up for you. So
I can sort of cover like the last thing is that like I actually do think it was smart because LA was able to, whether or not they were aware of it, they were able to recognize that New York very, very often would lose the longer extended fights.
Yeah.
It seemed that they would go into them with a really, really solid plan, and then if something didn't go according to plan, they were just lost. Which
Yeah.
is sort of what happens a lot of the time when you see fights like that.
yeah, I mean their first offense, their second attack, right, where Zerocious just started BMing, and then all of a sudden he took a Hanzo arrow to the face.
And they got 2 picks.
They got 2 picks, and then
two.
they tried to push in, but only one person kind of committed to the point.
Yeah, see,
And then they took way too long, and
it just seemed to be like they couldn't commit tempo-wise.
Yeah.
They'd either go really fast or really slow, or they just didn't really know what pace they should be playing at. It felt like.
Yeah. I mean that's a difficult thing, right? Again, we have to understand like how hard the deck was stacked against them.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Because
At that point, they have to full hold the win.
Yeah.
You know, they're already picking a comp where with May there are counters like that is not a universal starter comp, right?
Yeah.
Whereas they had picked Goats, it's a little bit harder for them to counter that heavily. The May comp, it's different, right? They can go Pharah, dive, things like that beat it really straight out.
Yeah.
So they
Also, we brought in 2/3 of one of the strongest collegiate teams in the United States in UCI.
That's part of it, too.
Learn to play, select Zerocious and Isaac Birdie coming on in. If you guys have been watching the California Cup, you guys should be familiar with those names at this point. They have been holding it down, and also select and learn to play. They've been doing this for quite some time.
Yeah, they've both been
this is
playing
their 3rd year competing
both
as
of their
UCI.
third
Both
year.
of them.
I believe this is Nick's
Nick's second year with UCI.
with UCI, but he played in collegiate the year
He
before.
played, I believe.
Saddleback.
Saddleback. I was about to say Golden West, and that was at Mon College.
No,
Saddleback. Golden West is Slayer Gramps.
Yes.
Slayer
Yeah.
Gramps is actually on Golden West.
Yeah.
And so another top 500 Tracer One Trick.
Tier 2, been in the scene forever.
Yeah.
Classic.
Did he used to play on Stanky's team?
Yes, but he
Chicken
used to
Connoisseurs.
play on with
Connoisseurs.
Nick. They were both on that team.
Nick was on it?
Yeah, Nick was on that.
Oh,
roster.
okay, yeah, the Chicken Connoisseurs.
That's how he knows all of those guys.
When was the first time you ever heard the word connoisseur?
Why do you want to know that?
Because I have a stark
Connoisseur?
memory.
Of
I have a
when the
stark
first
memory.
time you heard connoisseur?
What was the first time you read the word connoisseur?
Oh, I do remember that. Why do you? I do remember that. I'm pretty sure
So-
it was in.
So there are a lot of things that are leading me into this one thought. And first is because of Isaac, right? First it's because of Isaac's name, and then because we brought up chicken connoisseurs, and then the word connoisseur combined with
Gotcha.
Isaac
Walk us through
goes,
exactly what happened.
it goes to Golden Sun. Golden Sun was the first time I had to read the word connoisseur.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then like the shopkeeper would always be like, "Oh, you're a connoisseur of this item." And I was like, I remember reading it. I was like, "Connoisseur. What does that even
Connoisseur.
mean?" Connoisseur. Connoisseur.
English
That was the first time I had to read connoisseur. How about you?
Connoisseur.
Yeah, connoisseur.
Yeah.
You know what? I think this has gone completely off the rails, but. So that was our first fan in 6v6. When we get back, we got a lot more fun things planned for you. So we got the Pharmercy, 2v2. So we're going to have, of course, one of our LA fans paired with one of the Valiant players. It's going to be Parsa, it looks like 7. No,
it's actually
Zerocious. Zerocious is coming in to play with Fate up against a duel from New York. So one of the NYXL guys and one of their fans. We've got the Fan Pro 4v4 and the Fan Pro 6v6 later on. Don't go anywhere, guys. This is the Valiant NYXL community event. We'll be back after a short break.
Hey Kai, my name. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, Omar. Hey, my name is Kai. This is Climbing Ladder. Okay, guys. I'm giving the general board tips. This is the ops. This helping. This giving the heal our team, and this is Discord. This is the more damage to enemy. If you see enemy, you guys just pressure your E. like that. Then Zenyara aiming is not hard, just shot. If you see enemy like that and just shot, then maybe you can kill their enemy. I giving tip the right click. Right click is not hard, so if you see enemy C and do like this curve and charging, if you come and do like that, E and charge, hiding and like that. This is the very basic and very easy. I think if you guys do right click, then just stay, just hold, just like that. Don't move. If you guys move like this like that, just don't move. General tip is this core, and if this is tracer, right click and dead, and tracer is die. This damage is like 1600, but tracer HP is 150. So if you see tracer, go cross and like that is die. It's easy, like pressure this and press like that. Click the boost, something. Okay, and next, this is the translator. If you guys using this, half our HP, like so fast, and you are never die. I think in my Jen is very important, the positioning, because Jen is so easy to die. Look at this body, so easy to die. So I think just if they play Widow or Hanzo, then you can play like using your block like this. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and comment. Peace.
Oh. I hope we weren't off for that. But yeah, welcome back, guys. This is the Valiant Community Day, where we're getting to celebrate you guys once more. So this time around, we just had the fan 6v6, right? LA dominated 2-0. This time, though, we're gonna go ahead and bring in some of our players where we have the Pharmercy going on. Pharmercy duels, so it's gonna be a 2v2, right? As UCI Zerocious will be teaming up with Valiant's Fate here. That's kind of interesting. Fate going over to Fate's gonna be playing the Mercy. So like that's the weirdest part. Or maybe they like rock paper scissors throughout the matches to see who
They play a quick game of tic-tac-toe in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could play tic-tac-toe right here if we want, but it looks like the players are already ready. We're gonna be loading on to Lijiang. It's a surprise for us because it's also the daylight Lijiang Gardens. I don't get to see this often enough. I don't play
a rare.
Yeah, it's very rare. This is what you get to see this only on like what, Capture the Flag and can you play Capture the Flag in customs right now?
Yes, I think it's
you
still mode. I'm pretty sure competitive CTF is still a preset in the custom lobby.
Okay, what did you rank in competitive Capture the Flag?
I did not play competitive.
Oh, you didn't?
CTF.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I'm on a loose ball one.
No CCTF?
So. No, dude, no CCTF. Okay. Come on.
All right. I only played game modes. Surprisingly enough. Lucille Ball, I never actually placed in.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it was pretty fun, man.
I just didn't understand, like, I don't know, like, I couldn't wrap my head around a lot of the mechanics.
Easy rock.
Oh!
Oh, it started.
It started! Oh boy.
Quick advantage.
Fate? Oh, I think it's still... Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, they just respawn.
It's elimination, okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. So they don't respawn together.
Okay. So it's gonna be, first to, I think, 10? First to 20. First to 20 wins. 3 kills already going over from Fate and Zerocious. Fate picking up one himself with that with the Caduceus blaster there. And now Zerocious taking on Bane. It's gonna be Animo who plays the Mercy for the New York side. So is that a little bit unfair? I mean, like allowing Animo to go like support, like and be the Mercy?
I feel like
Oh, there we go! His wingman's there, Bane comes in just in time, but here comes the revive, and Fate doesn't get it. And the thing is, if he gets the revive, that actually erases the elimination.
It takes it back, so that's huge. Revive's actually going to be insane. I didn't think about the fact that the revive would be playing a role in the elims. That's actually pretty crazy.
Can you imagine if you can actually get it off though? Like no one
That's the
should,
difficulty.
you shouldn't be able to, right?
It's gonna be entirely up to the Pharah to
Oh,
shut
one
that
shot,
down.
two shot. Zerocious takes out Bane once again. Even going in with a barrage.
Coming in with
Bane's
a
going
pistol.
in. Takes him out.
Asserts dominance.
Yeah.
Says, I may be a monkey player, but I've played this game. I can play this one too.
5-1 now is the scoreline. LA in the lead. Zerocious isn't even taking shots. Look at him.
He's just holding on to it. He's just hanging out.
He wants to try and increase his
He's trying to
accuracy
enjoy
rate.
the daytime Lijiang. He's trying to
Yeah.
enjoy the map.
That's right. Oh no. Anamo.
Oh no. Oh, he's meleeing.
Wait. If Anamo dies, okay, never mind. They were able to kite out long enough. Oh, Fate dropped out at 12. He's gonna go
Here
for
he
the
comes.
Valkyrie. Pulls out the Caduceus blaster. Goes in. But he cannot out damage. And there we go. First tag, the body shot comes in. And with a headshot, Fate will take him out. 7-1 now. As they're on the hunt, the respawn comes in.
Zero's really playing the safe, consistent way to win Pharah duels, which is to play specifically around. Pharah can really only move so much in the air, right? You're sort of guessing in that little bit of a diamond shape where she can move. She can fly up left, up right, up down. Really only in the eight directions in the air that are really predictable. And it's kind of hard to predict.
Oh, the barrage! Yeah, no, that's one of the interesting things. I mean, that was one of my favorite things to watch in OWL whenever we would have like the Pharmercy battles between like someone like Shadowburn or just any of the Phars, right? Hydration.
Gonna be able to predict that movement.
Yeah.
The thing is, Zero's actually playing really clever, and he's actually playing specifically around the predictable movement that Pharah does have, which is Conch Blast and her jump jet, her left shift.
Oh, Zerocious goes with the barrage. Actually connects onto Ano and takes him out. 9-2 now.
It's looking really difficult for the Pharah because they're getting split over and over again.
Yeah.
There's been a few fights where they've gotten poken before the fight has happened. Again, right there, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Timing it with that shift.
He uses that shift and he's
You get
able to hit him
predictable
twice.
jump.
Yeah.
Predictable straight line, you get those two shots more consistently.
Now Zerocious is allowing his Mercy Fate to try and take some of the battles. There we go. Zerocious again. Once you get this close, just two quick direct shots are so easy. And you have to remember, like, the projectile speed got increased, right? Oh, Bane! Able to take advantage. Takes out two.
Zero holding on to Rocket for no reason, just sort of staring. He was just visiting. He was just saying hi, checking what's going on. How you doing? How's the game going?
Nice weather we got out.
Sportsmanship.
Beautiful bright day.
Nice. Look, it's the sun's out. You don't see that often here.
It's 11-4 now though. Valiant's still in the lead here. And honestly, Los Angeles are just like playing with their food here. Valkyrie is gonna get popped by Fate, and now he's trying to get a double kill here on the hunt for this Mercy.
Run.
Oh,
Good
one more
movement around
shot.
the
There it
corner,
is.
Oh man, it's looking pretty rough.
It is. 13-4.
It
LA
seems-
just 7 kills away.
it
7
seems pretty
eliminations.
difficult. The thing is, Zero, because he's not forced to respawn, he's able to stay and control the highest part possible, right? He's able to stay in the air, up in the preferable.
He's playing
He's
what
able
I
to
call
control the pace.
Yeah, and he's getting to play like hydration bar if he wants to. Just be like completely skybox. Like he's got no pressure on him whatsoever that he can maintain any kind of like utility. Oh, the melee to the face with the direct shot. Zerocious. Is it hockey season? It's hockey season, right? Or did hockey season already
I
end?
think that ended. I'm not sure though. I did not
sure.
follow up
Okay.
hockey excessively. Wow, actually ends up getting the kill with the Conch
He
Blast
just
with the
checked
Mercy.
him.
And
Just
she's-
checked him with that
So that's the
stab.
thing is he was with in the duel normally,
Yeah.
and he flew off. It is Pharah spawned on the other side of the map. He's dead.
Ooh, 17-4, 3 kills away now. LA from taking
Wow.
another series here. Oh, he goes on in. Bane just absolutely lost track of him. He's right behind him. He can't find him. Where is my enemy Pharah? There we go. The Raptor battle's in the sky. Now Animo is going to go ahead and pull out the Caduceus blaster himself. But
taken
Zerocious
down.
finishes him off. Now it's down to 2 more eliminations here. As Bane will fall. Zerocious picking up another kill. 1 last elimination. The res goes off, but it's not enough. That's going to be a 2-0 now for LA as we take the 6v6 and we take the Pharmercy.
LA
They did it. They
showing
did it.
up.
Yeah.
Saying was good.
Zerocious wanted to
city.
show off his Pharah.
Yeah,
And we got to
he
see it.
requested specifically.
Yeah, I remember.
I mean, as someone who is known specifically for his Widowmaker,
Yeah.
did you expect a performance like that out of his Pharah?
You know, I actually have seen his Pharah before on ladder.
Little known fact is that he used to be a Pharah main.
Yeah.
He used to be exclusively a Pharah player.
But then he ended up playing like the last year and a half of just Widow.
Yes, and then he discovered that he likes hit scan very much.
Yeah.
And has just stuck to that character.
And then rediscovered he also likes projectile, and so he goes
now
back
he's
to
going
it.
back. So.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like there weren't too many moments in Overwatch for someone to really show off their Pharah chops.
Yeah, there's really.
Like Oasis, it was heavy on Oasis for a while.
Oasis
there was flavors of it, tinges of it here on
Illios,
Lijiang. Illios sometimes.
Most of it was Koth. Like,
Yeah.
The dominant places you would see it was like King of the Hill and Controller, things like that. You know, occasionally you'd see it on really high ceilings. Like occasionally early in Overwatch you see it on Gibraltar and things like that. But most of the time you don't see it very often.
Maybe like Kings Row first sometimes too.
If there's no hit scan, things like that. You see it when it's like a potent counter pick.
So Zerosh is just like, this is my time, this is my opportunity.
I have waited.
I'm gonna show off my Pharah. I'm gonna take out Animo.
He's excited. He's pumped.
Yeah. And I mean that's the first 2v2. Next, it is gonna be a 4v4 team deathmatch. And who do we have lined up for that? Do you have the roster page?
The 4v4 team deathmatch?
Yeah.
I believe it's going to be, for LA, I believe it's going to be KSF, Space, Parsa, and Sureku, which is...
Okay, yeah, that was the off take.
I believe it's one of the UCLA members and one of the UCS.
It's going to be 2 UCLA members.
Both UCLA members.
Yeah, it's both UCLA members. So 7 and Syracuse going to come in. But I mean, this is kind of scary. KSF and Space.
That's not exactly... fun.
Yeah.
That's rough.
And Space just decides to just stay on D.Va the entire time too. Could you imagine how much BM would that be if you're just like all you play is like D.Va?
Only D.Va?
Yeah.
That's
yeah, like
rough.
D.Va and then like someone just like pockets you as like Mercy or Ana.
Yeah.
Because the Ana shouldn't die, right? You got the defense
I'm just
matrix
ready.
the entire time.
I just wanted to see Brig, Lucio, Zen.
Brig, Lucio, Zen.
Let me see those three and then Reinhardt. Come on, Ryan. Just fully enable.
All right, so we got Indy and Kyle getting set up right now. I don't know who they're kicking off, but yeah, I mean this is really cool. Like I'm speaking of ladder, right? We're speaking of like Zerosh's on ladder. A lot of people knew of him, but a lot of people also knew KSF before he got picked up. Like, and that's kind of like where he really did shine, and like he did play some in tier 2, tier 3 tournaments.
Yeah.
But like the way I knew him was just I always saw him on ladder. I saw him on everyone's stream.
Yes,
he was. Good old KFC there.
Yeah, classic. You know, you get in, you get the great blade combos and the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
KFC classic. The combo you always want.
The number, like I would say 20% of my nanos probably went to KSF on ladder.
Oh, for sure.
20% went to KSF. Another 20 went to like Kayun. Another 20 probably, yeah, I remember. I'm just naming all like the Genji one tricks from back in the day.
Oh, dude, there was so many.
Derek.
Oh, of course.
Derek,
he still plays.
Yeah, he still plays. He still plays.
Almost exclusively Genji.
He's still exclusively Genji.
He plays other stuff now.
Yeah. I think he still like pulls out. He's been pulling out a lot more McCree and hey, thank you. Save
from the UV rays.
Speaking of the sun is out. Yeah, it was right in my face. Now it is not because we got curtains. Is that from like Bed Bath and Beyond?
What do we think?
It's like 400 thread count. Doesn't matter thread count on curtains.
Thread count. I'd be pretty surprised if someone came into your house and was like, the thread count on your curtain.
I love this 600 thread count Egyptian cotton curtain.
These fine curtains.
I'm a curtain connoisseur. I'm a curtain connoisseur. Yeah. If you're wondering why we're talking about connoisseurs and curtains, and then we're just waiting for the players to get set up for our 4v4. This is really cool. This is a joint event because we have our thing going on here.
Yep.
At the Valiant HQ, at the Immortals HQ, and then New York has their thing going on.
Yeah.
Their fan day, which has been a fan weekend.
Yeah, it's sort of a whole experience.
Yeah, because
how many is it? 2 or 3?
Well, they did something yesterday, and they were open yesterday. I don't know if they did anything on.
I don't think they did anything Friday. I'm not sure.
No, I think they did do something on Friday. I think it's been 3 days now.
Really?
Wait, what did? Okay, so Philly did their homecoming on Friday, right?
Yes.
Who did they play against? Was it New York again?
Was it? That's probably what it was then.
Okay, so it was 3 days now that New York's been like doing this thing. So of course they're going like full New York and just holding like 3-day festival. Sorry, that's supposed to be a California thing, you know. We got Coachella. We had EDC.
Yeah.
We had EDC.
We have our.
I'm just showing my age here. We had EDC.
We had.
But yeah, it's really cool. They have their pop-up shop. going on over there.
Oh, really?
So lots of like exclusive merch that you can only pick up by being there.
That's the reason you go to the events.
Yeah.
Is there's like 2 reasons to go in person. Is because it's really cool, right? You get to hang out with people in person.
Yeah.
An experience you don't really get often, especially around like esports events, right?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as this wraps, I'm gonna have KSF in space and
Yeah.
Fate sign my arm, and then I'm never washing my arm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the main reason is you want to go contract infections because you don't wash yourself after getting something signed.
Hey, you know what? Somehow I walked away from BlizzCon without getting sick.
That's honestly probably the most surprising thing.
And I would have been worried about cursing myself, but it's already been a month, and there's no way I'm getting
You're good.
sick from BlizzCon now.
It's actually been dormant and it's going to mutate.
Yeah.
The virus is going to mutate now.
I'm actually, just the hidden carrier.
This is ground zero right here.
Yeah.
This is it.
We're in the confined space, you know.
Confined space.
We're in the metropolitan Los Angeles area. This thing is gonna just spread across the West Coast so
It's
quickly. We're
Jamerson
done.
disease.
We're done. Yeah.
Jamerson
geez.
fever.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Speaking of which, Jamerson fever. No, I have no story about that whatsoever. But yeah, now we're just waiting again. For the fan 4v4. So
Yeah.
I mean, just take a look at this lineup. You know, we're gonna have 7 Syracuse KSF in space. I kind of want to already just give it to us again, make it a 3-0.
I want to see what players they feel.
Yeah.
Before I 100%, LA's got this. I want to see what players they field. I want to give them the chance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be introspective and, and prepare the fact that, they might show up.
Okay, so yesterday during the New York event, they had Slasher as one of the commentators.
Really?
So Slasher is in the area. He is from New York. He could possibly play if they allow him to play, and he's not a bad player. Ooh. He's been GM since like season 1. He's also competed. I think he's got like $300 in tournament winnings from early Overwatch.
One of the few what is it? Beats? What was
Beat
the
Invitationals?
Beat Invitationals
or
around.
Ghost of Weeklies?
I'm trying to think of what was the monthly melee?
Okay,
That's
Alien
what I'm
Monthly.
thinking
Yeah.
of. The classic.
But I mean, the thing is, I don't know. I've only got so I had my caster page put up on Wikipedia before I ever got it. No one ever put up my player page.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't have a player page.
Because no one knew I played on a team.
I don't have a player page anymore.
Well, I technically didn't play for the team. I got kicked the day hours before we signed our contracts. Yeah. 4 hours before we signed our contracts. So, but I mean,
that's one of the L's you just have to kind of hold on to. Huh?
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
This is your chance. Now you can talk about it.
Now I get to go back into casting. Yeah. It was fine. It was actually pretty cool being in that environment, going into the scrim environment, because it was the first time I ever really tried to compete competitively. Well, the first time was for a game way long ago, 10 years ago for Left 4 Dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
competitive scene for that?
Bro,
I
posted about this on Twitter.
We'll talk about that
I
later,
posted about this on
that's
Twitter. I am gonna have a Left 4 Dead competitive server up soon, within the next month, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
I can't wait to get smacked.
Yeah, boy. Let's get back into what we're here for, which is the Overwatches, which is the 4v4. There we go. So New York, they're gonna be running Arc and Nene. All right. And then who do we have?
And
I can't read that name.
League
Q Plums? Plus?
Like that. Is he listed?
Annie Yun?
Lee.
Okay, Lee Q Fums. All right.
Q Thumbs. All right.
So 4v4, I don't know if this is just a deathmatch, right? So it's not lockout or anything.
The strats.
I wow, very similar compositions coming out. We do have the Roadhog and the Mercies, but double support coming out from New York. That's kind of interesting.
I don't think they have anything to pressure the Widowmaker.
They don't.
I think
this is just raid boss mode for Nene. This is about keeping Nene alive.
They essentially just said, Nene, please kill everything for us.
And Nene's nuts. Nene is nuts, but we're used to seeing him on more highly impactful DPS, right? Not playing on the Roadhog. Oh, he gets hooked on over the top. Oh.
See,
they were not able to keep
the scary thing is they don't have anything to stop KSF from doing this. He can just do whatever he wants.
He can. Now, it's the Widow battles going on here.
I was specifically in that spot where they're trying to fight on the ground there with their front line. There's nothing that they can do to stop the Widow from pressuring to the back, so they have to fight that front line, but they don't win that front line because they have 2 tanks.
Yeah, well, they can't swap, right? They can always swap. Yeah. So Nene's gone over to the Widowmakers. It's a 1-for-1 exchange now between the Widows in the Widow duels.
But now I'm concerned about them being able to ever go anywhere, right? They have the ability to use the sightlines when they get them, but how do they get them without the tanks?
Yeah, and you have all of these squishies. right?
So
Brig
easy
is
to
the
die
least
to.
squishiest with 250 HP, but with the damage boost in Mercy, she just goes down to one headshot from KSF. And take a look. It's just complete control coming out from LA.
Controlling that side edge too.
Oh.
Another pick coming in. Unfortunate spawn area.
Nene's trying his best, but he needs a lot more pressure. Now he's gonna
on
go over to
Brig
Brig.
now.
Okay.
Arc swaps to Tracer.
Oh, Nano boosted Nene. He's going on in, but they don't have a speed boost, so Space is
have
able to
any-
just run away.
They don't have anything to close the gap.
It's just
there.
behind him, flicking his flail around. So we are gonna go ahead and make this a first to 50 is gonna win this out. Nene, there we go. Picks up a kill, takes out 7, 9-3 now. Oh, we got a wrecking ball sighting.
And see, when the spawns like start happening like this is when it really gets split and crazy. Because now they're not grouped, now they're fighting complete separate battles all over the map.
Arc with 2 1 clips in a row now. Finally gets taken out.
Ooh, Hammond comes out for New York. Interesting. You see, now this has been more of an aggressive composition because they have the Lucio that can go around, they use the wall ride, they have the Brig that can go in, swing, stun, all of that. They're looking to kind of run at them now.
Yeah.
And so KSF,
There's a lot more pressure. KSF hasn't been able to do much at all with that Widowmaker, so now he's going to go ahead and swap off.
I think it's a good swap.
It is.
Able to CC both stopping the Tracer pressure and being able to stun the Hammond is going to be huge.
You say stop the pressure, but when everything just falls on top of you, like a piano falling on your head. We do have the Mercy going to go use that Valk, but 7 gets instantly taken on out.
See, this is the scary part is that now when you're spawning split. So if they're able to rotate to the nearest spawn and just pick them off over and over and over again, they're fighting essentially a permanent 3v4 because they're catching that spawn rotation.
Space tried his hand at Widowmaker, goes down himself. Nene's able to get on top of him with that Brig. That Brig is able to shield bash left and right, taking out KSF. They tied it up. It's 13-13.
I think the appropriate swap would be to take KSF and put him on Pharah. I think they need to get him off that McCree because they just run at him. And there's not really anything you can do.
You just go Doom Sombra here.
I mean, there's a lot of swaps they could make. It's just I feel like the McCree against this comp is not gonna have any fun.
Yeah.
As you can see with the timing. I feel like he's not exactly
shield in the base. Yeah. Alright, Kyle. You gotta swap off. Alright, Self-Destruct comes out. Doesn't connect to anyone. As New York have lost the lead, 17-16 right now. LA still maintaining it, but it's getting too close. KSF again, just getting pressured by this Brig. Oh, Minefield is able to roll out. Sound barrier is used. It connects out to everyone.
Oh, Val comes out from LA. Oh, no mech though.
Look at everyone just backed up into a corner because of the Minefield here. Nene, he's gone onto this Brig and he hasn't swapped off yet. And you know, the thing is, like, he's probably been playing a lot of Brig too. Like in his scrims.
You may not know this character is pretty good.
Yeah.
I've heard she's pretty alright.
Yeah.
Some people might say so.
And her strength is becoming like even more pronounced during the 4v4.
Especially in the 4v4,
Yeah. When there's less to deal with her.
Yeah, and there's nothing to insta kill her, so she gets the swing.
Oh man, they've been on the hunt for 7 for quite some time. Who was on that Mercy? Here we go. Deadeye comes out. Last time we got a shield in the face for his efforts here. Not gonna get anything this time as people backed away. He even has a D.Va defense matrix in his face to keep him alive. But there we go. Gotta kite away. Oh, they're right on top of 7. Need to get onto him. Takes him out, and that's the healing gone here. So New York for a quick moment take the lead, but it's tied up once again, 21-21. Overextended. Hammond goes on in. He gets stunned up. Lee Q bums almost dropped. 0 HP as KSF finishes him off.
Ooh, the Brig battle.
Oh yeah, Rally versus Rally. Yep.
Both swinging. The classic high octane scenario we know and love.
Oh, here comes another minefield. Ooh.
Kind of running around. Ooh, Lucio drops down. Just decides to stop in, say hi. Gets out though. Some solid movement.
24-21 LA, still in the lead now.
So now they're almost running sort of a pseudo dive with the
Pseudo, yeah. This is 2/3 of dive goats.
It's just now, you know, the only difficulty is that you have to be able to kill Brig. You have to be able to kill somebody on blue team through the Mercy healing.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they actually have the damage to do without Zarya being high energy.
Well, they've got the Widowmaker again.
And now they swapped off to only DPS, no tanks now on the side of New York.
Yeah, KSF is just able to tap away with that damage boost coming out from Mercy. You don't need to hit headshots, especially at this range. On this map, everything's so close, you have almost no damage drop-off. Sound Barrier comes on out. They're able to get the D-Mech onto Syracuse, but there's a flashbang! Oh, misses the first shot! KSF, what's going on?
Can't miss those.
Oh, no. Oh, it's the brick
rolling in. Oh, God.
You can't miss those shots! You gotta hit those shots, Kyle!
She's just swinging there, menacingly.
The worst part is that, like, they've got the speed boost also with the Lucio, so they're like, it's unrelenting pressure.
It's just like terrifying. The thing is, as soon as you know that flashbang is gone,
imagine
it's just terrifying.
Yeah.
You just feel only fear.
Imagine if like old Nano Boost was in.
Oh, with the
speed boost. Could you imagine a break running at you?
50% damage to 3 does.
Like you could be a Nano Boost in Reinhardt and you'd still run away from that.
I prefer to not have nightmares.
Yeah.
I actually like sleeping well.
Oh, KSF. There we go.
Do we make it 4?
No. Moment ruined. Lost the hype, boys. We lost the hype. Oh, Brig.
Put the shield up. That's a bit punished for it. Ooh, living still. Okay, so I'm trying to take this Widow duel. Ooh, gets taken out by just the tiniest. Only his nose is around the corner.
Oh, it's high noon. Arc is able to take out 7 with just the regular shots here. Gets pressured. It's gonna be a D.Va going down.
I like the way New York is playing this now. They have the setup where they have Nen and Anyan are sort of being able to sort of go around together, pressure, but they're also they're staying close enough to where they can go back to help the people if they need it.
Yeah, you got the Lucio, you got the mobility, you got also, you know, the shield bash to use as mobility. New York now almost firmly in the lead, 37-31.
Kind of running away with it a little bit.
Yeah.
New York's been a little bit more able and willing to swap to different things. Tried sort of, you know, they've tried the Tracer, they tried having tanks, no DPS, only DPS, no tanks. They've swapped around a bit, whereas LA have sort of been on this Mercy Brig, tank, one DPS, or one tank, or 2 tanks sort of for the whole game.
Honestly, I don't like the Mercy. I don't like the Mercy.
I feel like she doesn't get enough on this map.
Yeah, when she takes up 25% of your team composition, she needs to offer a lot more than just healing, right?
I feel like +2 res is really not going to happen too much because you're going to be able to rotate and punish it. I think a nade or some other, you know, Discord, something like that would be a lot more value than just the innate healing. Unless they're going purely for the survivability of the character, you know? They're saying, okay, Lucio's got great survivability, but we don't think he's going to give us healing. That's probably what they're thinking.
Now, we just saw New York try to use a speed boost, Deadeye, along with the rally, sound barrier, everything was used until the last push. Wow, Lee Q comes in, gets a double kill.
Barely lives from that.
42 points now to LA's 38. This is a close match still.
And they're pushing in further and further.
Now, here's the thing, I like the Lucio over the Mercy. It's so much better. It offers so much utility.
It's the mobility, the thing is, you're sacrificing for going from Mercy to Lucio, you're sacrificing a little bit of solo survivability, right? And maybe a little bit of more solo target healing. But Lucio has boot, speed, consistent projectile DPS that Mercy can't output while healing.
Yeah, and well, the thing is, you know, you only have to heal 3 other people on your team, so you don't need huge AoE heals. You don't need huge AoE heals. You just need any heals, honestly. Now, as Ellie understands that, they are 4 eliminations away. They're 1 team wipe away from losing this map here. They're playing this a little bit more cautiously.
Starting to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, they are not trying to give everything away, but oh no, KSF has gone down. Not gonna be able to get the res. They get on top. That's 1 more elimination. That's all they need. 49 to 40% here. They are right on top of Syracuse. He's gonna get D-Mex shortly. He survived.
He gets the Inspire from across the map, gets the armor, and actually is able to make it out.
Oh no, but now they're going for the squishies instead, reprioritizing the easy kill here. The rally keeps space alive. He's gonna stay in this 42 to 49.
Don't
but still,
count them out yet.
You cannot. It's 1 elimination, 1 headshot from the Widowmaker can end this here.
But they're playing clean, they're playing deserve. He's looking for it, he wants it so bad. That's all of that enticing headshot.
Oh no, as they try to chase for that kill, KSF's got to be careful. He's getting jumped on. The speed boost was used. They're going to cut away.
As well. This is gonna. Any mistake means game from almost both teams at this point. 1 more kill from LA Valiant, and it's just, you know, another.
There it is.
That comes in Widow pick.
Yeah, that's all they needed. That's all they needed. It looked like LA just played around way too much, gave him way too much space. I honestly, sticking on with that Mercy might have been not the play.
Might not have been the best. I
Not the
feel
play.
like there were things that offered more. It's
Yeah.
not that it was necessarily bad, but I think you could have gotten more out of that slot.
Yeah.
Especially when you know you only have 4. You don't have 6
Exactly.
anymore.
When you only
need
have
that.
one healer.
Yeah.
When you only have one healer. Like, I mean, okay, so it's like, okay, you go into a regular 6v6 match, right? If you pick one support, well, you're generally going to have I say you generally have a second support, but end of season
generally
will...
have 3.
End of season...
Now we have 3.
Does, yeah. Now we have 3 or 1 or none.
Yep.
Right? But you generally have a failsafe, right? Someone else can be the utility instead. But in this map, when you only run that one support or run double support with a brig, your other support still has to bring a lot more utility.
The thing is, you're sort of in a more generic 6v6
You
match.
can't use a third of her kit.
Yeah, the thing is, you have the resources where you need that generic. You need a main healer and a supplemental healer that provides utility.
Yeah.
Whereas in a 4v4, you don't really need that. You don't need that typical structure of. You know, you could have run a Zen Lucio.
Yeah.
Like, I would have loved to see that. A Zen Lucio, maybe like Genji Winston.
Even
like
Moira.
Even Moira.
Yeah. The coalescence?
If you want a survivability, Moira is able to get out, right? You have damage, you have orbs, which are probably pretty helpful on that map specifically.
Trans pushes also.
You have coalescence,
Yeah.
which covers so much there.
Yeah.
A lot more. I feel like Valk doesn't get enough, and I feel like
Valk doesn't. It
I
does
feel
not.
like the fact that there is no damage threat, because burst is even more apparent, right? In this specific, because you have less HP to kill because less people.
It felt like they started off with it because they were trying to go for like the boosted Widow, which is
It makes sense.
tale as old as time.
Body shot, quick another body shot, get to kill. Easier headshots.
Or if you get a headshot, there you go. The squishy's just dead.
I would have liked to see them go full in on that basket and throw Zen in too.
Zen
Mercy, and then have
Zen
the
Mercy.
true body shot one shot on the 200 heroes. Only problem is they can swap tanks, all that.
Yeah.
But I still think that would have been interesting.
Well, LA now finally dropped their first
I
game.
mean, they bleed.
Yeah, they bled. They bled. They destroyed in the fan 6v6, taking it 2-0. And then we had the Pharmercy battles where Zerocious was able to win that out with Fate. I think it was pretty handedly. Did they hit double digits on New York side in terms of eliminations? We did like first to 20, right?
I think it was first. I believe it was first to 20. I think that it was like
29.
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then here in the Fan Pro 4v4, it was like 43.
Yeah,
to 50.
yeah. It was close.
It was close.
This one
It was close.
It was not a wash by any means.
So now things are looking up for New York.
Yeah.
But as we go into the next part, will New York be able to tie it up before we go into our show matches later on? Because now it's going to be a Fan Pro 6v6, and this is the roster we have, right? So Space and KSF are going to stay in, and Kareev is going to come in.
Solid 3-man.
And then for the rest of the squad, we're going to field someone from UCR, actually.
So both teams are actually going to be mixing rosters. So we're going to have 3 pros with 3 fans on each team.
Yeah, so 3-3. It's going to be UCR's Way. I'm not too familiar with Way. Do you know Way?
I have seen him
Riverside?
play. I don't know him excessively. I couldn't list you off top 3 heroes played or anything of that. But I've seen him. I know.
Yeah, generally I can speak to people because I've at least seen them on ladder, but I haven't seen Way on ladder. I see Sebastian Select all the time. I see Learn to Play all the time.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Way though, so I'm not too familiar with him. With the Highlanders UC Riverside, but if he comes in as flex support, that's weird, right? Because we got a flex support Way, we got Select as a main support, and then Kareev is in here. But we also know that Kareev can play.
DPS.
Yeah, he can. We saw him during the regular season playing DPS. So I guess he's just gonna go over to DPS. Never mind. It's not weird at all. It's
not
fine.
weird.
It's
All
fine.
planned.
Yeah.
Calculated to
We're
a
fine,
T.
guys. We're fine. Everything's fine here.
It's all planned.
Yeah.
Not worried about it.
Okay, so yeah, Nick gets to play main support main take like he always does, and then Space goes back to D.Va Zarya. So
Really interesting. I'm excited to see what New York, what they will field, which players they'll bring out, what mix and match they will make.
I think
Because
Libero.
It looks like for the main
Arc.
part, LA sort of fielded the more like hefty units, right? They had the main tank. You're just bullying. You're just bullying me. I'm talking hefty as in like
Straight
important
units, yeah.
Important unit roles, right? When you think
Yeah.
if you need a really solid player, you want it what? What roles would you think, right? For in a team organizer area, what do you want? Like if you want your best
you need
player
a good
on
main
certain
tank,
role,
yeah.
You need a main
You
tank.
need good main
You
tank.
need a main tank.
Yeah.
Which they fielded with Learn to Play. They put Learn to Play on main tank, they put Select on main support, so they fielded the full support range and the front line, part of the front line, which is interesting to me. So I'm curious to see what New York will field. If they'll field only the full damage, and we'll see if something different.
Well, we got to see Nene.
Yes.
Oh, so actually we have a substitution coming in. So it's gonna be Isaac coming in.
Okay.
So we saw Isaac earlier
Okay.
during the Fan 6v6. He was when we were on downtown of Busan. He was the only one playing the Roadhog.
Yep.
He
was
so yeah.
destroying on Roadhog.
I remember Isaac also from Ladder
Yeah.
2.
Mhm.
So that was when I saw season 1 of
He's
like
been playing.
the Tespa Collegiate series, the Collegiate
Yeah.
Overwatch. So I was like, okay, yeah, I recognize that name. And that was always like one of the coolest parts about the Collegiate scene was like recognizing names that I
Yeah.
saw off a ladder. So people like Dogman.
Yeah, things like that.
That was really cool to see.
Yeah.
And now, hey, Dogman.
Dogman.
Yeah.
He's out there.
He's making me proud.
He's out there.
ATL, right? ATL Academy team. That's super dope. Who else did we have from Collegiate? Shiny. He went from Washington.
Shiny. Yes.
Washington
He did,
playing on a competitor's academy team.
Still
Moth,
initially.
Moth
too.
I think was from Rutgers.
Yes.
Or
Yeah. No. I thought Moth was from Toronto.
Is he Toronto?
Was he Toronto?
I don't
He might
think-
be Rutgers.
I forget, but yeah, Moth went from Collegiate now to OWL.
And there's quite a few people who go on to staffing, right? I remember
Yeah.
Mr. Bleeple.
Mr.
was the
Bleeple.
tank. He went to be an analyst.
Yeah.
I know.
Harsho
Yeah.
went from coaching UCLA to coaching SF, now coaching my new favorite OWL team. By the way, just because they picked up Runaway. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. I love Valiant.
Nice. I was like, the staff.
Well, like
they didn't
hold on to the purple.
You know
I
what
mean,
they
they didn't
are,
hold
right?
on to the pink and the the Runaway colors.
So that's why. All right.
Yeah, it got stolen. It got stolen
Yeah,
out
yeah.
from underneath them.
It got picked
You
up
know,
by a.
but yeah, they're the Vancouver.
you'll take-
I was gonna say the Vancouver Yetis, but it's the Titans.
Yes, the Titans.
Is a Yeti a Titan? I don't know my Greek lore well enough.
No.
No.
Yeti is definitely not
Okay,
a Titan.
so a Yeti is
Greek
just like
lore?
a monster.
Yeti has nothing to do with Greek lore.
Wait, what is? Okay,
I'm
which
pretty
lore
sure.
is Yeti from?
Probably Nordic, I would
Is
say.
it Nordic?
Probably like
Yeah, that's what I'm
something
thinking too, right?
ice related to snow and ice. I would assume.
What are the education time with
Great
Jamerson?
stream.
We've just
Fantastic.
been on, by the way,
What a-
preparing for this, we've just been
Oh,
on
yeah.
Wikipedia all day.
Looking up factoids.
Looking up
Fun
Pokemon.
stuff.
Okay, wait. So, who are the enemies of the Norse gods?
What, dude?
Like Ymir and.
I'm good at Overwatch. You ever? I'm assuming you've seen SpongeBob before.
Yeah.
You know when he learns how to
Drive?
They make the Krusty Krab a 5-star restaurant.
Okay,
He clears
yeah.
out his brain. Fine dining and breathing.
Yeah.
Overwatch and breathing. That's all I got.
Motor skills gone.
Motor skill gone. Basic functions as a human.
How to count. But yeah, we're just waiting for the players to get in, and as soon as we do, of course, we're gonna get underway with these matches. We're moving on to the Fan Pro 6v6, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. Best of 3 probably at this
Best
point.
of 3.
But no, man, now this is gonna bother me. I'm gonna wait for the next break. I'm gonna be on my phone looking it up. You know exactly what I'm talking about. There's-
If you're on the edge of your seat, if you don't Google it now, we'll have it for you very soon.
Google it
We
now,
we will
but-
have the information for you ASAP. Our top reporters are on it.
I don't want to say something and then get fact checked, dude. You know, this is the age of fact checking here.
Dude, you realize you said Yetis are a part of Greek
Is it?
mythology?
What? Why is the Titans logo a Yeti? I imagine it's a Yeti. It looks like a Yeti.
Asking questions. I remember
I don't know which Titan it would
Overwatch
be.
and breathing.
Yeah, but which Titan is it?
No clue.
Did you not watch the event last night? The Vancouver reveal?
I did not. I didn't have time. I was
Okay.
busy.
I mean, there's just been so many things on the off season.
Oh,
Like
I-
we were talking about how long off season is, right? It's been almost 4 months now. We've
4
been
months?
without OWL.
We're finishing up the 4th month?
Yeah. Abominable Snowman is an ape-like creature taller than an average human that is said to inhabit the Himalayan and Siberian regions of East Asia. The names Yeti and Mete are commonly used by the people indigenous to the region and are part of their history and mythology.
So you were completely wrong.
It's not my fault.
No, that's okay. It's not your
I
fault.
got Yeti baited.
That's okay.
By
Yeah.
Vancouver. That's what
Vancouver.
happened.
It's okay. Blame 'em.
I got Yeti baited, okay? Yeti baited.
Yeti baited. Everyone's favorite term.
Yeah.
I'm just.
It is
now
what
you're
it
looking
is.
at Norse mythology.
Well, I mean,
Shout out to
again,
Galmore.
like I know Greek mythology pretty well.
Oh, I know Greek.
I'm not, you know,
I've
like,
read a Percy Jackson book in my
yeah. Yeah. You know that
I'm
all
basically an
all
expert.
centaurs are trainers of
Yep.
humans and gods. Yeah. Dude, I only saw the Lightning Thief or whatever, the first
Oh,
one.
really? Oh, the movies are.
Did they make more than the first one?
Oh, there's 2 movies. There's
Really?
more than one. They didn't tell you about it because they didn't want you to see it.
Oh boy. I remember watching the first one. When was that released?
Gotta be like 2010, something like that. Right?
Was it?
Look it up.
Okay.
Look it up. See if I'm right.
Yeah. Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson
Percy
movie
Jackson.
release, not book release.
Percy Jackson movie. Percy Jackson. What was it? Was Lightning Thief the first one, right?
Yeah.
Percy Jackson and the Olympian, the Lightning Thief.
Oh, yeah, that's
5.9 on IMDb,
Wait,
49% on Rotten Tomatoes, 47% on Metacritic.
2012 or something. Was it 2010?
2010, yeah, you're right,
I'm
hey!
insane. I'm a factoid god. I lied about the SpongeBob thing. I remember everything. My brain's massive.
Thank you for watching this segment of Google whatever
Google
the heck
facts.
we're talking about.
Us looking up random facts.
Yeah.
And then telling you the facts that we
Bixby,
learned.
look up Percy Jackson. Oh wait, I
What
have it
year?
turned off. I have it turned off right now.
Do you want to share some of the other factoids we're learning? We learned earlier.
I don't even know how we got to where we were.
How did we get to it? Well,
No, okay.
It ended up at Pokemon. but how
We're
did we
talking
get there?
about Vancouver and how they're the Yeti.
Yeah, Yeti, and then yep, and then.
Okay, but yeah, this fan 6v6.
Anyway, yeah, Overwatch, we're back.
This is the only way we can try and underail this. The fan 6v6. So yeah, Space, Kareev, and KSF. So, KSF probably projectile, and then
I feel like
Kareev probably.
I feel like Kareev most of the time is gonna be like hit skin.
And because you know this is a
He's
bit
so
more,
good.
a bit more of a lighthearted, a lighthearted event. We shouldn't have as much 3-3.
Yeah.
So,
hopefully
we get to see them on like Heroes of the
I
Dance.
want to see 16 again.
Ash, Kareev Ash.
I didn't know she was even enabled for this event because
Well-
no one's picked her. I figured if she was enabled, she'd be on every game.
Yeah, the thing
She's-
is, well, you know, we're playing on light fashion, so she should be active.
How have we not seen Bob yet?
Yeah, we should be seeing a lot
Bob's
more
my
Bob.
guy.
Hopefully, Kareev's gonna do it for us. Do it, Kareev. Just play Bob.
He's the fan.
Play Bob.
He knows.
Yeah.
There's no way he doesn't. We gotta see her once, right? There's no way we don't see her.
There's no way we don't see her because she's good on every map.
Oh, she's
Her
strong
mobility
right now.
is ridiculous.
She's McCree with a scope,
Yep.
an AOE damage ability that is
Yeah.
also a dot,
Yeah.
a summoning ultimate that is also hard CC,
Yeah. And,
two different
has
modes of
aimbot.
firing, and has aimbot. 2 different modes of firing, both damage and fire rate, like with the scoped, unscoped. And what else? She has her insane mobility.
Yeah.
Which is a shotgun.
The mobility's nuts. So like she can go for the trick shots every 9 seconds.
What's her passive? Does she have a? What's this?
She doesn't need a pass.
She doesn't need
She's
a passive.
fine.
Fine, there's
What do you mean? She's got enough. She's got a bomb.
plenty.
She's got a dot.
She has dynamite.
Yeah.
What else do you need?
She doesn't need anything else. She has another
Dynamite and Bob.
Omnic that she sends out. Bob is nuts.
She has this huge swole Zenyatta that just comes out.
Exactly.
Starts gunning people.
It's like Zenyatta on gains.
Zenyatta.
Yeah. He's
Real gamer Zenyatta.
He's been pounding that the synthetic oil.
That Omnic.
Yeah, the Omnic synthetic oil, man. Just
He's been out here, dude.
I mean, at what point, like, I want to know, like, which humans designed Omnics and how they decided I want
body types.
I want a thick Zenyatta.
Yeah, I want it's Zenyatta, but make him a unit.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Zen unit, yeah.
Zen unit.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then, like, I want to know, like, which Omnics were just like, I've got, you know, body dysmorphic disorder.
Yeah, which one's
just
like, man, I wish my chest plate was like, just a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
You know?
he goes into the auto shop. Yeah, you know, doc, I'm just not feeling
I
like
hate
my
the way
calves
my-
right now.
Yeah, see?
Can we do something about that? My forearms are looking a little puny. Let's work on it.
My shoulder pads really just don't complement my jaw
Yeah.
plate, so.
Can you imagine like an Omnic like body
body
contest?
shot? Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking like a body shop, like
No,
just
no,
go
no,
all
no,
up.
no, no. It's like Mr. Universe, but with like just Omnics.
All of them flexing, bronzed.
All right, so we got all of our players set up. I know it's getting a little bit late in New York. Maybe they've got some traffic. It's like 6 o'clock over there, 6:30. Maybe someone's stuck in downtown traffic. We're still waiting on the last player here. And as soon as we get them into the match, we'll get our probes and fans 3v3s underway. There's Kareev. He was looking for the camera. You found it. I think he's looking at stream. Can we find him?
Probably.
Land cheating? Yeah.
Ban him. Clearly sniping. Not allowed.
Are we on a delay?
I think we are.
Do we need a delay?
I don't think we're on the delay.
Yeah, this is the Los Angeles Valiant campus. This is the Los Angeles Valiant fan day, where we're just trying to give up, you know, get more for you. Okay. And so it looks like we can see the lobby, and one of the right names is Ronaldo, and I've been informed that that's gonna be Flower. So the Wonderkin himself, 2017 World Cup Flower. He played Contenders, XL2.
Yep.
And he's just been waiting for his chance now. He's of age for New York season 2 of OWL. Here we go. We're loaded up. It's gonna be the Fan 6v6 LA versus New York here as we're loaded on to Illios. Well is gonna be the first map. So it looks like Kareev is gonna go over to the DPS. He's already hovering over the Doomfist, and why not?
So it looks like for New York, they're gonna be having TD Dragon, Meryl, and Aaron as the fan players.
Okay, but Libero, Meko, and Ronaldo, remember, is Flower. So 2 DPS players along with Meko coming in. Boy, this is just like my comp games, right? Take the DPS away from the DPS players.
Yoink.
Libero going over to the Ana, Meko going on to the Lucio here. We still have 25 seconds here as they try to figure this out.
We do see an Ashe picked from Kareev.
Oh, Flower versus Kareev. On the Ashe, yeah.
Now, let's see if any of them are going to consider picking up the Mercy to pocket her, because unlike what we were talking about, the Widow, who needs both pockets to one-shot things really consistently, damage boost, 2 shots, body on 200 HP characters, and you have a guaranteed one-shot kill headshot if you're not in damage fallout.
It's
so
silly, her damage right now.
It is incredible.
Because even without the damage boost, if you just headshot body shot, that's over.
Threw a dynamite into his team. Kareev made a slight blunder. It's okay. So how do you feel about these front lines? Who do you think is going to excel?
You know, since it's just the Orisa D.Va, I don't see who's going to excel, but you know what? With the Hanzo, it's definitely going to be LA just taking the lead here, especially in the shield battle.
No way they lose the shield war,
Yeah. Oh, Genji goes on in. Yeah, Genji. What does Genji do to his shield?
Yeah,
he can't do much from there.
He can't, and the thing is, he's not even going to be able to really effectively build ult enough to make that character worth being picked.
He's at 51%. He's the second highest in the lobby.
Now, but during extended fights, he's really not going to be able to do a lot.
Yeah, most of that charge was from when he got like a 4-man dash.
Yeah, he got a huge dash. He's not going to be able to get a lot of shuriken ult charge.
No.
Which is where he gets most of his ult charge. So I'm interested to see. They actually New York swaps to a dive variant. Interesting to see how Ashe works. Ooh, comes in with a big pick. Flower, betrays back from Kareev.
Yeah.
Monkey Bubble burned down. A lot
no
of
mercies.
Point.
No mercies in play, so there's going to be no resurrections here. It's just a 5v5. Make that a 5v4. As Isaac is able to get the right-click kill onto Eden. And with D.Va going down, they're just going to have to reset here. Wow, taking their time.
A little rough. I actually really like what Kareev's doing. He's controlling that small left mini room, not really allowing anyone through to control that area.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if he gets contested, if he gets heavily pressured, all he's got to do is back out with his shotgun, his left shift. Simple, easy way to get out of there. And he's able to pump out consistent DPS across the point from a safe spot while also controlling another area for the enemy team.
Yeah, and New York, honestly, they just need to do something with this composition. They have a dive composition. They need to go in there, but they're just taking so much time. Self-destruct comes on out. It is going to connect, and it goes down. So once again, that's another delay. LA's already at 70%.
Only problem is that because New York is taking this so slow, they haven't forced LA to burn any of their ults.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to last fight, and LA is just going to be sitting on the mother load.
They can nano Bob at this point, and that would be so difficult.
Combo to beat. Especially because you can heal him.
You can heal him. You can slow people down with the halt here. But here we go. Yeah. Blade comes on out as the sound barrier is answered to try and shut that down. Bob is sent out here.
Supercharger is also active. Some comes out to Dragon. It's both teams throwing everything out, throwing everything they have.
Every mech is getting destroyed at this point. It's just a mech graveyard here. But as overtime ticks away, Kareev's able to pick up one. Almost gets a second here. Isn't able to connect with these shots as Genji's just dashing around. But he's fine. He's got Isaac's help along with space. And so, slowly but surely, LA is winning this out, but Kareev isn't able to take the 1v1 up against Meko.
really scary frog.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're just scary.
I mean, this is honestly one of the scariest maps to play against the Lucio,
Oh,
but not for that
absolutely.
reason. Learn to play having swapped off now onto the Wrecking Ball. It's Wrecking Ball versus Wrecking Ball onto the point, but here come the reinforcements for New York.
KSF
Oh, great boop. Isaac, one in the hole, taking out Eden with that boop. So now the main tank gone with Meko gone. LA just slowly cleaning this up.
Slow fights are going to be an issue. LA just has so much to win slow fights. Kriv, consistent, constant, long-range DPS. They now have the KSF swapped off to the Moira now, which gives consistent DPS. A lot of really, really strong healing to keep whoever they want to anchor point alive. There wasn't really anything that New York could do to blast through that. There wasn't really a way for them to get into that.
Yeah, and you know, we have to go back to your point where you're talking about how slow New York was, right? There really was no point for them to blast through anything because by the time they built up the ultimates they needed, there were counters on the other side. We saw when the blade finally came out, the sound barrier was there to answer it, and then everything was just basically countered. There was no way for them to win at that junction. So honestly, they need to be a bit more proactive. I think, you know, starting off on a slower composition like the D.Va and Orisa did slow them down, and from there they had to learn to adjust. And that's one of the things, like when you play with like a mixed team, especially a team that doesn't have the experience of like playing at a higher level with, you know, professional players, switching up tempo, going from a slow composition to a fast composition,
Hard to deal with.
It is really hard to deal with. But take a look, we got a Torbjorn sighting coming out from Isaac Birdie.
Interesting. Puts an early turret. I'm not a huge fan of that turret placement. It doesn't cover a lot.
Well,
I feel like it could have been saved because the thing is, now he has to destroy it and there's going to be a downtime on the turret. Or they will destroy it and then he has a forced downtime on the turret.
Well, I think it's fine because of how the turret works now, right? Because it builds up health until it gets up to whatever. Like as you first throw it out, it's like 90 HP or something. Space
goes down.
was like 15 HP.
Just says, alright, where you at? See me. Lucio takes the 1v1 every time.
Yeah. Mecha, I mean, he's used to being on, you know, our comp Overwatch. Now he just wants to be on our Overwatch.
Yep. He's trying to be on that.
Watch my play of the game.
Dude, look at my Lucio frag montage. I wall ride so much.
Oh, New York, completely gonna wipe them out. Space at the end does just get one last kill onto Flower there, but again, it's New York in a huge power position. They've got this very heavy dive composition along with double hit scan, and so there's just a lot of space for Aaron, for Flowers. Flowers going for the high ground here. Transcendence is going to be popped early by New York here, but LA just kites away from it.
Interesting. Soundbarrier coming out from New York. Ult's coming out from both sides, all over the place. Soundbarrier from blue team as well as Blade from Kriv. Gomezine takes 2. Isaac gets 1. The Blade finishing up right now.
Oh.
Get that last second deflect on Flowers' flashbang. Unfortunate for him. Throwing in a few more ultimates. I don't know if that was the greatest idea. I feel like they're down just a little bit too much for that to be worth. That D.Va ult could be huge.
Yeah, if the minefield didn't do anything for you, I don't know what.
I don't know. I feel like that self-destruct doesn't really buy you anything. You know, maybe if you were on point, you can buy a few extra percent and make it worth it. But you didn't really. She didn't really get anything out of it.
Yeah, if you were on point, you could have done something like a little bit better, like hiding behind the mines to try and get a better remake. Here we go. High ground control. Flashbang this time does connect onto Kriv. Found the hammer to take him out now as the coalescence comes out. But they don't have the LOS. The Space is able to get him to the back. And oh, this is why you have to play as a team, guys.
There's too much splitting coming out from New York.
Far too much splitting, yeah.
You know, they could have just played it safe, stacked on the high ground, and really all they had to do there, especially when they had to pick.
Oh, what a huge stagger.
But now they hit the mech, they get the stagger.
You're gonna
Bob actually comes out.
Oh, he's going in. Never mind. He gets pushed back by that whole hog. And so ultimate for ultimate, but honestly, I would have liked them to save Bob for point. Like Bob is so much better, like on the point instead of just trying to get out of your spawn.
They're just not getting a lot. I feel like they could just be getting more. That's the thing.
Yeah. Increased value out of your ultimates.
Yes. Getting that extra mile, you know.
Isaac again, another hook, takes out Flower here. Coalescence is going to be used out. They're going to start pushing into the back as Space is there. Takes out Aaron. Now they're trying to pincer on in these last remaining members as the blade is going to be used by Kriv. He's right into the back line. Oh, deflects everything
Kareem
except for that flashbang, but it's fine.
Just going in saying, hey, buddy, another day on the job.
Yeah.
Wipe him up.
This is what I do. This is what I do.
Been here 1,000 times, be here 1,000 times more. Get it done quick.
89%. Someone's got to touch the point very shortly here as the minefield comes on out. Here's a self-destruct along with every ultimate essentially on the board coming out. Flower swapping over to that Doomfist, gets the kill on to learn to play.
Overtime is active now.
Someone is on the point here. Flower's trying his best. He's dropped down low, but space is there. No one has dealt with this man.
LA's still up in numbers now. Ooh, but they let the point flip over to New York. New York just given a little second lease on life by this extra time.
But, I mean, this is all they've got. This is their last dying breath
numbers,
here.
But LA just cleaned it up. Take that. Not even gonna have a chance to touch.
Yeah, overtime ticks away. There's a boop onto the Ana. Space.
Clean.
Yeah, somehow he actually gets the kill onto the Roadhog. I wasn't watching that, but it's gonna be LA taking the first map here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Pretty solid. I feel like, again, like, the longer the fights go on, I don't know what it is, New York's really struggling to finish them out.
Yeah, it really does seem like, you know, there's just a fundamental disconnect, of course, because that's what happens when you have a format like this.
Yes.
Right, where you mix in pro players with amateurs. I think just things like that happen.
There's not a synergy that's built, you know, to allow people to understand, you know, we're playing at this tempo, right?
Yeah. But when like the other half of your team are just like, you know, collegiate players that have been playing in tier 3, tier 2.
The fans actually coming in, cheering them on, literally from right behind the players' chairs. That's cool. It's a cool experience to see. All the fans actually being able to come up right behind them as they're sitting there playing.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a best of 3, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a best of 3.
All right.
And then so we'll see if we're gonna just get our. Well, I can't say it's 2 Overwatch because that's not a thing to say. It is a big 4 Overwatch, but does 2 Overwatch have the same ring to it? They have the same number of syllables. 2 Overwatch, 4 Overwatch. What I was really disappointed was that like it was 4 Overwatch.
Yeah.
That took precedent over 04 Watch.
Yeah.
Because 04 Watch is clever.
Yeah.
4 Overwatch is just saying it.
Yeah, it's just you said the word for Overwatch.
Yeah.
As if you were doing an activity for Overwatch.
For Overwatch,
yes,
for
Overwatch.
president. Yeah.
You know, some people are for Narnia, we're, you know, for Overwatch. Or, you know, if we're getting destroyed, we're for Overwatch.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think? All right. So we saw Meko. He was on the Lucio, and he was actually pretty crazy on the Lucio, especially once we went up to Lighthouse. He was getting a lot of practice. Actually, so real quickly, update. Thank you, producers. So it's not a best of 3. It's just over.
It was just over.
It's just over.
It's just done.
LA wins.
Take it.
LA wins. But that means because that ends, we're getting set up now.
We're getting ready
For the main event.
The final. The game we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, we got through the card. We're now at the title match here. Or the title match here.
For all the marbles.
All the
some might
marbles.
say.
How many marbles are on the board?
7.
Did marbles ever
They're
have different
really
names?
nice marbles.
No, what are the big marbles called? What were like? Do they have a? Is that what it's called? It's called a shooter.
You never played marbles?
I never played
I
marbles.
was a caveman child.
I
so-
collected marbles.
I played
I
marbles.
just had a bottle full of marbles,
That
but
was
I didn't
nasty
know.
marbles.
Yeah.
See me in the marble streets? Oh.
No. Pogs. Pogs was my game.
Oh.
Pogs was my game. Yeah.
Alright, whatever.
And then did you ever get the? I forget what they were called, but the Tamagotchi that you could fight.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they came in the rectangle one?
I did not. I couldn't afford one.
Yeah.
I had the normal one. I remember when they came out.
They had a normal Tamagotchi.
No, they had, but you could also fight. You could also
Yeah,
battle.
it just connected them.
I was good with my
The
Chow
game
Garden.
link?
I just did my Chow Garden from Sonic.
Oh.
That was my Tamagotchi.
Okay, I remember those from Dreamcast, right? That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget which Sonic that was, but I remember that
Adventure.
one specifically.
Sonic Adventure.
Those memory cards back in the day were pretty cool, especially the Dreamcast one.
I had so many memory cards.
Yeah.
In for so many different.
Well, the Dreamcast one was super cool because it had a screen on it, so you can manage
you
your
could actually
files
see
from in there.
Physically, like, move it, have a display. It was cool.
So, I gotta quickly inform you guys, by the way. So, you know, a lot of things happened. This is the last kind of fan event for you guys before the entire season kicks off. And Los Angeles Valiant, you know, we had some things come up.
Yeah.
Brady out there, Agilities.
Yep.
You know, he came down sick, had to have his tonsils removed, and of course, so he wasn't able to really. He can't compete.
That all went well, but he's just not able to compete with us.
Yeah.
for
He's
this
fine.
event.
He's fine.
He's
okay,
don't worry.
guys. He's
Yeah.
okay. But he's not gonna be able to compete today. And then a few other members. We've got Custa, of course, had to go back to Australia. There's only so much time that you can find to try and sneak in a vacation.
I believe he was with. I think he had a pre-planned thing with his family. I believe is what it was.
Yeah.
So he's back in Australia right now, which is awesome. But you know, we still figured we'd run the event. Why not? You know,
It's for the fans.
It's for the people. You know,
It's for the people.
People's champion in the chat.
Yeah.
For the boys.
And so that means that LA today can only field a roster of 4 members. And you've already seen them. We got Space Kareev, KSF, Fate.
Yep.
And Fate. I was about to blank. I've only got 4 names to remember. I'm about to forget the 4th one.
Really quick, and I was like, do I take this over? Do I?
But yeah, so Space Kareev, Fate, and KSF are the 4 members from LA that are playing today, and you know New York is going to be gracious enough to actually lend some of their players over to us.
They're going to give us some of their strength.
Yeah, so we're going to have actually mixed members throughout this matchup, but it's going to be a lot more fun. But again, you know, this is our exhibition matches. They're just show matches.
They're not exactly strangers though. You know,
Yeah.
they've played in the Owl season, right? You know, a
Yeah.
few of them. Fate was on the Korea team. The South Korea team during the World Cup.
Yeah.
So he has experience with quite a few of the New York
guys,
players
yeah.
as well.
All
So
New York guys.
you know, and at this point, most of the Owl players know each other. They've played with each other both a million times
In the Korean ladder,
in scrims,
Apex, yeah.
So they all know each
Contenders,
other. It'll be
everything.
really fun to see.
Yeah.
There'll still be some really solid games.
No, honestly, every time it's still for me, like whenever I look back at like the NYXL lineup, it just really goes back to like kind of my roots in Overwatch because I did a lot of early Overwatch, like before Apex.
Yep.
Right when like LW Red was getting signed, so people like Flower like really stick with me just because I've known them for so long.
You've been aware of their presence.
Yeah.
You've seen them grow too.
Exactly.
Like that's one of the huge things is with long established esports is seeing growth in players is always such an interesting thing to witness.
Yeah.
Because you get to see, you know, you can go back and see the VOD from 2 years ago and see how they played and see what they play, how they play differently, how they've improved.
Well, even with like the Valiant squad. Because remember One Shot Mortals?
Yep.
So you know you had Nomi, Hyped, Athan. Who else was on that squad? Agilities.
Grim Reality.
Grim. Yeah.
Who else? There's one more. Verbo.
Yeah, Verbo. So like seeing especially the younger players like Verbo, like Agilities, and Grim like all grow up within the Overwatch scene. They were so
really
young
cool.
because like the first time I met them was almost 2 years ago now.
Really?
It was the winter premiere. I was working as tech director for that show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so that's when I like met the Immortal Squad, future, you know, Valiant Squad, super young, and that was like a year and a half before like OWL even started happening. Yeah.
Sody Pop, the
Sody
classic.
Pop.
Was that
Sody Pop.
Was that their name?
Oh, it was Sody Pop. It was One
Sody
Shot,
Pop, right?
It was One Shot. Oh, I can't remember right now. But we have to take a short break while we try to get everyone into the lobby, guys. So, in about 35 minutes, when we get back, we will have the show matches underway. It's going to be the Valiant mix-up with, of course, NYXL. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
Hey Kai, my name. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, Omar. Hey, my name is Kai. This is Climbing Ladder. Okay, guys. I'm giving the general ball tips. This is the ops. This helping. This giving the heal our team, and this is Discord. This is the more damage to enemy. If you see enemy, you guys just pressure your E. Like that. Then general aiming is not hard. Just shot. If you see enemy like that, and just shot. Then maybe you can kill their enemy. I giving tip the right click. Right click is not hard. So if you see enemy C and do like this curve and charging, if you come and do like that. E and charge, hiding and like that. This is the very, very basic and very easy. I think if you guys do right click, then just stay, just hold, just like that. Don't move. If you guys move like this like that, just don't move. General tip: is this core, and if this is Tracer, right click and dead, and Tracer is die. This damage is like 1600, but Tracer HP is 150, so if you see Tracer, go cross and like that is die. It's easy, like pressure this and press like that. Click the boost, something. Okay, and next, this is the translator. If you guys using this, half our HP, like so fast, and yours never die. I think in my Jen is very important, the positioning, because Jen is so easy to die. Look at this body, so easy to aim, easy to die. So I think just if they play Widow or Hanzo, then you can play like using your block like this. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and comment. Peace.
What's up guys, it's Space here with some advanced D.Va tips on a 244Hz monitor. Okay guys, for the first part of this video, we're going to be doing some advanced D.Va bomb placement tips for you guys to use in your ranked games or in scrims, custom games, whatever you guys want to do. The first one we're going to go over is Hollywood. It's Hollywood first point attack. The first spot you want to stand in for this bomb is this little circle right here. And the best way to line up your bombs is to usually use a spray when you're in a custom game. Just drop a spray down so you'll always remember where the spot is when you're practicing. And first you stand in this circle, put your crosshair right on this wall. There's like a white line on this column that you can line your crosshair up with, and then instant shift Q. This bomb should clear both high ground and low ground of Hollywood A defender's first point, so you can kind of juke bomb so there's nowhere for them to really hide. Alright guys, for the second bomb we're going to be on King's Row, attack point B. For this bomb, you want to get up on this high ground here on second point. This is a really good bomb to clear if you're ever stuck in this midway of King's Row and the defenders are holding in the back alley, basically their old spawn. So the first thing you want to do is you want to stand on this corner here. You want to put your crosshair right next to this antenna, put it right on the side of it. You want to run, jump, hold your booster for 50% and try and get it over this roof right here. It should clear their whole entire backline's old spawn so that nobody can hide on either wall. Alright guys, for this last bomb spot, I'm going to be showing one of my secret D.Va bomb spots. This is one for if you're ever stuck on Dorado first point and your team just can't get through attack. This is one that I always use whenever I'm stuck. So the first thing you're going to do is you want to come back to this back mega over here. The lineup for your positioning doesn't matter as much, just as long as your crosshair is on this star in the air right here. And for this bomb, your objective is to kind of clear like the whole first point well area. So I'm going to show you this one right here. You shift Q up in the air, get to about 30% left of your booster, and then the bomb should clear their whole defense point A. Alright guys, those are 3 of my secret bomb placements. We'll show some more next video, but for right now, we're going to swap over to some D.Va hard counters. The first hero we'll go over is D.Va hard countering Ana in specific. Now, something that I've noticed while playing D.Va is that the best way to counter Ana's healing is not by looking at the Ana and matrixing her directly, but rather than getting the target that she's going to heal low and then matrixing over them to eat the healing. This is the best way I found that you can matrix Ana's healing and shut her down best. Alright guys, for the second hero D.Va counters, we're going to be playing against some Pharah. We have agilities in the game to demonstrate how this works. So when you're playing against Pharmercy, the main thing you want to do is prioritize matrixing the rockets. It's as simple as that. Make sure to dodge rockets that get through and to aware your teammates that if you don't have matrix, that they need to avoid the Pharah rockets. And the best thing about D.Va playing against Pharah is that when Pharah is looking for an ultimate, you can easily just save your matrix to use it on her ult. Simple as that. That's probably the second best hero that D.Va counters against. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below on what videos you want to see because we're reading them and we'll make a video as soon as we can. Peace.
Hey, this is Fate. This is Climb the Ladder, and today I will show you my basic Winston tips. For the first tip, we're gonna start with the Winston bubble. Winston bubble is normally I have to protect myself when I leap somewhere, when I go up high ground, and if I'm dangerous, like I have to use it and I have to protect myself. If I wanna protect my team with the shield, I'll play Reinhardt, not a Winston. So he jumps in alone, like usually he jumps in alone, so you need to protect yourself with the bubble. And one more tip for Winston bubble, when you dive in, like there will be Zen or Ana or McCree or someone, and if you 1v1 him, like you have to bubble and like move, like go in, go out, go in bubble, go out bubble, like this, and like you have to dodge like enemies shot as many as you can, and like yeah, then you can manage your health really well. Then Winston is better than Reinhardt. This meta is because Monkey has a jump pad, so Reinhardt can stay only at the like bottom, but Monkey can jump, so he can go upper or like he can be anywhere, right? So try to stay like high ground every time and take like aggro, like make them shoot you and just you escape. And one tip for the basic playstyle of Winston, when you see their comp and when you see our comp, like think, like how do you want to play? Like let's say if our team is Genji Tracer, and like if they're like Widow something, then how do you have to play? Like you have to play really aggressive, and like if our comp is like Widow Brick or really defensive comp, and if enemy is like Genji Tracer, then like you have to play passive and you have to manage your health. Like just press tab and check their comp and think like how do you want to play. Now like look at our comp, like we have a 2-hit scan, McCree Ashe, and we have a Doomfist. Our comp is basically a defensive comp, right? Because like 2-hit scan, Doomfist, Zarya, Ana, so like I said before, just think how do you want to play. Like okay, double sniper, Mercy. Oh, I think I'll just go in and get bubble and make our team space, like, and just make space. Yeah, I drop and I get heal, and yeah, and we make kill like this every time. If they have double sniper, like try to go and make space and just back and take kill and do it every time. And if you have ult and
Welcome back, guys. This is the Los Angeles Valiant last community events before the actual season of OWL starts. So we're having one last crawl for you guys. We don't have all the players here like we had mentioned. We've only got the 4 of the squad, KSF, Space, Kareev, and Fates. But we're just going to try and field as many people as possible, and then NYXL are thankfully, loaning over players for us. We're going to swap around too, just to have some fun, because this is just a fun event. But we're going to the first map, and it's going to be Busan. As if we take a look at the lineup, we can go in whenever we want, but it's going to be Kareev, Space, Fate, KSF, along with Pine and Arc. So that's pretty interesting. What do you think about that?
I'm really interested to see how KSF and Pine play together.
Yeah,
because I think fundamentally they're similar players.
I
think they have very similar mindsets.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're both aware that their mechanics are some of the best in the game.
Yeah,
and they're not afraid to play around that, which is going to be really interesting, because now having both of those mechanical threats at the same time it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, giving us Big Boss Pine, but I mean, is he going to be able to flex onto the Widowmaker?
And I'm not, and normally I'd be a little concerned that they would be a little having struggle coordinating, you know, the dive.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact that Pine has worked previously with Fate. They have synergy. I think that translation, with both of them having worked with the main tank, will actually field synergy between them.
Now, on the side of NYXL, this is a DPS duo that they've been trying to develop for a while now. Nene and Flower are going to be coming in, but also Libero is coming in. So, oh, this is weird. Okay, Nene, they've listed him as like flex tank for this.
So most likely he'll be on
Brig. This is the worst.
I was gonna try to beat. I was like, maybe he'll be D.Va. You know, if they run go to them. I was gonna, go second. You were like, he's gonna be on Brig.
He's gonna be on Brig. But that's what I'm seeing here at this point, that he's gonna be Brig, because they've got Jonek and Animo in. And so Nene's just gonna be on Brig. So flex tank, or Brig if she does have her rally up.
Yeah,
she's a flex tank. She's a tank.
She's
a body out there
little tiny right
that's gonna do a lot of damage, right? Because this isn't with like her nerfs coming in on her shield bash.
No, that has not happened yet.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. It goes down to 10 damage instead of 50.
I think it goes to 10 damage and it doesn't go through shield.
And it doesn't go through shield anymore.
But they buffed her passive.
But her passive's nuts.
Well, yeah.
6 seconds of healing instead of 5 seconds.
I think the idea was that it was going to make goats less effective, but because you can't stun through shield. But now it's like, well, you don't have to stun through shield because you just don't die ever.
Yeah.
Because you heal so much because AoE healing. I'm not even going to be surprised if Anna, there's like, okay, we have so much AoE healing. Just give us Moira too.
Yeah.
I would be amazed if someone finds a way to kill through Moira heals, through Brig heals, and Lucio heals.
And the thing is, like, one of the biggest things about that shield bash was that, like, okay, first you could try and set it up for a shatter, right? But there were other ways you could mitigate the shatter by throwing out a proper Zarya bubble, right? To just basically block the entire shatter. But the shield bash was also used to try and mark the Reinhardt with the Zenyatta orb. But again, the Zenyatta orb gets cleansed by the bubble. So it was very difficult
so much of that frontline exchange comes down to bubble tracking, right?
Yeah.
Because, you can take that early exchange where if it's all gamble, right? You have to take what you get with your bubble. Sometimes you want to get those 2 swings with your Reinhardt early on, get the shatter built up, but then you open yourself up to the vulnerability of you can get stun discorded or stun shattered now.
Yeah.
It's all sort of, it's really interesting to see how frontlines play. I think it's some of the most dynamic because using those cooldowns, there's such a micro game that's going on at all times there.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to be like, okay, we use bubble. We know there will be a window of 2 seconds where they use their bubble after ours, so we'll have a 2-second window where we'll have bubble they won't. And you can try to press that advantage. I think things like that are really interesting and underutilized.
Now we're going to be starting it off on Busan. This is the third map we didn't get to see. We're actually going to the mecha base, and this is a very heavy 3-3 composition where teams go for the high ground and fight out hard.
There are long sightlines, but again, especially on these maps, it all comes down to the objective.
I want to say this is also a really great Ashe map.
Great
But again, what isn't a great Ashe map? But looking at the Valiant squad right now, we're about to get ready for the first point here.
2-2-2 from both teams fielding 2-2-2.
I love you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, Nene.
From me and you.
Nene. It looks like it might be okay. Triple tank still, and triple support.
No Brig.
Yeah, no Brig.
Take the small victories.
Oh, more swaps. We keep getting baited. Flower going over to the Genji. And that's actually how I knew Flower first, as like a Genji main. But then we got the Ashe.
I'll bring in something that I was mentioning earlier, the classic. Look, you can look from LA. We were talking about earlier in the stream, we were talking about how ultimate combinations, right? You want to go for a classic comp that has 2. LA Valiant has Grab Dragon and Nano Blade, 2 fantastical combos.
But we've also got Beyblade on the deck for NY. Oh, a charge in comes in. Fate does get it, taking out Mono, but he gets taken out in exchange, and honestly, that works out in favor of NYXL. Genji gets some free blades off, and that means Libero gets to go in the front line without having to really worry about that Rhine. Now, not that much damage going across, but as the point unlocks, it's going to be NYXL to try and take it first. They're contesting for now. You got to be careful, Pine, as he has a dash on now, giving away the point. NYXL takes it first.
Interesting play. The thing is, the New York, for winning that fight, they did not gain as much ultimate advantage as I would have expected.
They really didn't. They really didn't.
It's still really in a dead even heat, even after the swap from KSF.
Oh, Fate, another great charge, taking out Mono. This time does get punished as KSF with the opening takes out a second. Now it's a 2-for-1 exchange as we do have a high charge already on both sides. Space with the Graviton Surge connects onto 2, takes out the Genji, takes out the Lucio. And with that, that's going to be Valiant coming in.
And just like I said, even though New York won that first fight, it felt like they let Valiant build too much ultimates. They came in and were able to clean it up with those ults they built. So
Yeah, I mean, it was that Rhine for Rhine exchange, right? And then
Exactly.
Valiant were able to just back out expertly. They got out of there. They were properly using Space's bubble to make sure that Libero wasn't getting any real damage off. Now, coming to this next point, because Jonak wasn't really able to do much at all, like he's at 48% right now toward that nano. So there's a little bit of disconnect between him and Flower and him and Libero. He could still pop it onto Libero to try and get that Death Blossom early on. But Valiant, they're letting them get a little bit of space here as they come on in. Oh, great sleep dart coming out from Jonak here, but Pine is not getting punished quite yet. There we go. Libero's in his face, takes him out. That's a 2-for-1 exchange as a blade comes out on the other side for Flower. He just wants to put an end to this fight. That's going to be NYXL. They need to, right? You don't want to you don't want this point to get extended any further.
And actually, Shatter came out during that fight for LA Valiant, so now they're down that ultimate as well.
They might be down that, yeah.
A little difficult to bring back, but we do have the grab High Noon combination. Pine actually swapping over to the Ashe as well now. So no more Genji from the side of LA Valiant, playing a little bit more of a hit scan oriented comp. It's really going to be imperative that the Reinhardt stays alive. I'm really excited to see how each team plays around their Zarya here. I think watching that will be incredibly important to see how they win and get that initial space gain to move forward.
Graviton comes out, but that's a huge Death Blossom used by Libero to shut down any kind of aggression there. Nano actually went out onto Mono, but Libero was the big play there. Yeah, it went out onto Mono because, well, he was basically just playing kind of like frontline lineman after that grab came out.
I just heard the Nano and heard the Death Blossom and saw many people.
He got 2 with it.
Feed.
He got 2 with it. Space is now without a Graviton Surge. LA Valiant playing from behind here, 76%. Here we go. Mono was trying to use that shield third person to get information.
Third person.
Yeah.
To see when they walk in.
Oh, huge Shatter setup! That was a beautiful setup by Animo. He gets the boop.
Fantastic.
Forces Fate out of position. That's a 3-man Earth Shatter coming on in.
That's going to be game. There's nothing they can do. I don't even think they can touch again.
They could try to speed boost through lower, but it has to be really quickly. Someone's over there. Space is getting ready to touch right now. He's close to it. It's at 98, 99%. Overtime has been ticked here. And so they need to get onto the point. But here we go. Nano Genji, Flower with the blade. Now they're going in. First kill, second kill comes in as Flower gets the dash reset. Graviton Surge doesn't connect onto anyone, but it's okay. NYXL already have the man advantage. You can see even Nene emoting there. It's going to be quick for NYXL to clean this up.
Tries to get the ult out, doesn't manage to bring it out. I feel like the swaps came out just a little late from Valiant.
Yeah, overtime
put them
takes
behind.
away.
They had that. See, the first fight went in New York's favor, but actually Valiant came in, it held together with their ults. New York kind of was struggling, it looked like, and then they didn't swap. New York adapted and changed, and LA really didn't.
Yeah, initially it did look really wonky, but once NYXL were able to take the point, they were able to just kind of, use their ultimates in great succession. Especially, I love that play once again when Space came in. He had that second grab already built up, and he got into the backline. He got 3 prime targets. Sound barrier was there, but most importantly, Libero was there with that Reaper, that Death Blossom, just shutting them out and zoning them out, and also picking up 2 eliminations. Now as we load onto downtown, we got a huge swaps coming out from both sides. We've got
much more local compositions for all around the board.
Yeah, triple DPS, by the way, coming out from the Los Angeles Excelsior.
And so this is where the Mercy pick really does pressure, because now you have the damage boost coming out on all 3 of the long range. You have it constantly being able to bring pressure from, you have the one-shot headshots coming from Ashe, you have the exclusive Storm Arrow damage and boost of long range damage from Pine. Same thing towards Space. So much bonus gain from this damage boost, making it really difficult. But Mono comes in with a huge pick on Pine, must have been out of position somewhere and was able to be punished.
And that's one of the things though. So New York, they were actually running, of course, Mono on that Wrecking Ball. Now, they were able to exchange away. KSF got that headshot with the damage boost from that Mercy, taking out Libero. So they're slowly advancing forward now, but Looks like
and in a bad spot.
Jonak so close to the Nano. He was at 90%, but he gets pressured down by Fate. And so, it's going to be LA pushing forward now with that Nano boost coming out from Kareev. Huge for them. They're going to be able to clean this up. And New York, they pick up about 25%, 26, maybe 30 by the time this flips over. But LA, they're sitting in a great spot. They've got 5 ultimates. And these are really strong ultimates to try and contend with.
Almost an exact mirror of the start we saw to the last map, right? New York Valiant technically wins that first fight. But here we see, LA comes out on top at the end of it. They have 5 ults ready, 1 used, walls popped. Control of the point now. That 29% seemed like a lot. Now, doesn't really seem like a lot. And there's still the ultimate advantage towards LA.
Yeah,
it's really interesting to see how New York's gonna get in, because they only have 1 tank. Getting on that point and actually pressuring the cap requires a man advantage.
Oh, they speed boost past that dragon. KSF goes down along with Pine now. A lot of this fight taking on the fringes here as Fate goes in. He needs to make something happen for Los Angeles here as Kareem was able to take out Libero. It's a 2-for-1 here as the sleep dart looks like it missed, but Nene was able to take out Space now. Fate, he has everyone on top of him.
Primal.
Yeah. He had everyone on top of him.
But notice they still haven't capped the point. That fight was actually rather slow, and that fight, although clearly New York sided, didn't net them a lot. They got 25% more while the fight was essentially over. They were at that huge man advantage. They did not regroup the point to really pressure that cap.
Yeah, so triple sniper coming up from both sides. Real big difference, of course. Lucio for Mercy and the Winston for the Wrecking Ball. Now, here's the thing. Mono, he doesn't have really any counters in his way. So once he gets to the back line, he's got so much HP to work with. But take a look, the 2-pronged approach. Oh, 2 kills going over for Valiant.
Res come out. That's the power of that pick, though. Let's see if the mobility of Lucio can make up for it by continuing this fight. And it's really not looking like it. That extra life on your Ashe is so strong. Look at all this that he's able to put out right here. All this damage, all this extra benefit that he's getting is because of that res.
Oh, and he even throws out the dynamite. He's free as the minefield comes out, but again, you really do need a combo of the minefield. The minefield doesn't do much at all on its own.
See, I have a feeling he's going to be swapping.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not a reason for him to use that unless he's going to be swapping.
He has to go over to
see
a
Winston or a D.Va or something. Maybe he was trying to swap? No, okay, so there's a swap. Like,
oh, great sleep dart. The headshot comes out from Nene, along with that nano boost, and now he's trying to take a close 1v1 up against, I think that's KSF.
Scary to peek.
It's a 2v1, but the dynamite is there. The dot is ticking. He's got to be careful. 77%.
Counting up slowly.
They got to start making progress on the point soon.
LA Valiant just has to sit and wait. New York really has to be the one to make moves here.
Oh, sleep dart, finish them off, Kareev.
No tank on the side of New York. It's going to be really difficult for them to get on the point. Fake going in with a primal rage, disrupting the entire backline. Actually gets a pick coming out from Kareev with a nade. Numbers advantage completely in LA. Fake gets another kill. Bob takes out Arc on point. Still looking like a dominant performance from LA on this map.
Yeah, so it's going to go 1-1 now as we go to a third map. Last time we were on the third map, I was trying to remember the composition that we saw coming out some of our players.
We did not make it to third map last time.
I mean, well, the third map that we're going to. Yeah,
yes.
This specific map that we're going to. Was there a Widow? We saw some Widow from Zerocious.
There was a Doomfist.
Yeah.
There was the Ryan comp from the fans, from the New York fans.
Yeah.
There was the Ryan McCree, and then we had the Widow, Hammond, 3 support comp from LA.
Yeah.
Curious to see what they're gonna run. What do you think?
I was a fan of the triple sniper, triple DPS composition coming out from both sides. I liked it.
This point needs a little bit more pressure on the objective. I feel like the May is in no way a bad pick. I feel like that might honestly outshine the snipers.
Yeah, there's a lot
of
obstruction on the point, right? So you can kite away.
And there are several choke points where Wall does actually zone off quite heavily. Even just for the zone control, maybe not the initial pick, but that control is really heavily.
Oh, Nene gets spotted out by this Winston. Has to be careful. Already used his recall here. If he gets chased down, he could actually fall to him. Now Flower trying to find his entrance in, but Pine!
From the tiniest sight line, Pine saves a huge big anti coming out. Blue team running in, just too much of advantage. They had too much. They had the huge nade coming in on both. They had the picks coming out. They had the front line there ready to punish. Just clean execution. Not even worried about the objective. They said, we think we can win this.
You win the fight, and then you win the point.
You win the objective.
You win the fight, you win the point. And that's all they needed to do. So they will go ahead and take it. It is tied up 1-1. We'll see where the first map goes.
And then swapping with the Widowmaker.
Yeah, Nene has to
See
swap
that.
off the Widowmaker. That Tracer was not able to do anything. Do you really want to play a Tracer into 3 snipers? Anyone that can one-shot you? I don't, like 3 people that can one-shot you.
That doesn't seem too fun, especially with the damage boost. Body shot just kills.
Yeah,
You just die.
Nene, you're great. You're a fantastic player, but I don't think you want to face off against 3 one-shots. Nene already answering,
Exactly.
taking out Pine.
But Mono gonna be here taking that trade as well. Oh, gets him the last second.
Now, they're not able to get the resurrection off onto him as Libero takes out Fate this time. Slowly but surely, Valiant picking off the members of Los Angeles, of the blue team here, but they're getting chased down. Another sleep dart, but they're able to take out Arc, and with that, they'll flip it here. And so it's going to be a reset coming out from Excelsior. Space,
New York
picks
coming
up
in this
Nene.
next fight. They're going to be having Trance incredibly soon. They have the Nano on deck already. Whereas Valiant really is going to be coming up on their portals and grab. Whereas Walls won't really do anything for the mid fight. Bob, 30% away, could be incredibly helpful, but this fight's staggering and taking quite a long time.
Yeah.
So they're losing this 20% they got for free.
Yeah, and Space just got taken out. He was trying to use his Dragon Strike. We'll see if he swaps off or he sticks with this. Nano Boost late comes on onto Mono here. Slept once again. And these OWL Autos are so good with their sleep darts.
2% away from Trance. Onimo goes down. That's so unfortunate. I don't know if LA is going to be able to punish it. Woken up from sleep into immediate Primal Rage. Fate going in, pressuring the backline. Put down 210 HP and antied immediately. So much ult charge going over.
Oh, he thought he had the Great Escape. Did not, as Nene is able to find him. It was the Ana along with the Discord Orb, everything. He was just taken out so quickly. KSF taking some cheeky peeks here. With that Ashe, has to be careful. He does have the Bob though, and so these supports have to be careful in their positioning. There we go. Bob does not come out as the Dragon Strike is used just to force him out of position and then ultimately taken out. Resurrection will be in the field for KSF as he's brought back into this.
Brings it back to a 5v5. The supports playing in the background. Really not a lot that LA Valiant can do here. They're really trying to control that side room, but the sightlines that the snipers have on that little lip make it so difficult to peek in safely.
Oh, that was so close. The nade actually landed onto Fate, and he was anti-naded at the same time. And so he almost died to the tick of the dynamite. Now it's coming down to last fight territory. 90% on the board for New York, and Space starts it off. Takes out Libero here. Pine has to be careful. He's got a Winston in space, but he's getting pocketed. As Space finds the second kill, taking out Jonak now. LA trying to stay in this fight as a Nano Boost and Winston get to the back line here. But the supports, no one gets onto the point because of the pressure of the Winston. And
That's
with that, New York takes the first point.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just forget. In that heat of the moment, you see that nano boosted monkey, he's in your face. You don't have that time, right? You saw someone try to go for points, but even though LA had those picks, they weren't able to get on point.
I'm sorry, by the way, I'm watching our observer right here.
Watching the
It was that play that I was talking about where Space is able to get into the back and gets the Graviton Surge off. But then they're not able to follow up because Libero's right there with the Death Blossom. It was a beautiful play. That was the play of the game.
Oh, okay.
And I would agree.
Gotcha.
I would agree. That's what
no,
she
that's
did.
super solid.
Yeah.
Because it's not even just about the kills. It's the fact that not only did he wipe their team, he stopped their offensive ult from being effective by zoning them from the ground.
Yeah. And it was Space who was like on such good pace with his Gravitons. After that fight, after that reset, Space just didn't have the same kind of...
Yeah.
Because he died in that fight himself.
Yeah.
That means your Zarya charge gets reset.
Gone.
And then
Didn't
again...
get the post-grab ult charge.
Yeah.
Which, you know, often the time you'll get the grab, as you may know, you probably do. You cannot build ult while your ult is active, so you can't
Well, it depends
build
on the
Graviton.
ultimate. Depends on the ultimate.
On most ults with a heavy CC.
Yeah.
So like Graviton, Shatter, you cannot build those ults while they're currently under the effect of that ultimate.
Yeah, Blizzard.
It's Blizzard,
Same way.
same things, right?
It's
So-
weird how they decided which
Yes.
ultimates can do that, which can't.
But oftentimes, once that ultimate ends, the second the CC from that ult, the crowd control, is over, you can then start building your ult right after. So when they come out of that grouping from grab, you can immediately start, you know, building ult to Zarya again, which is why, you know, you'll see people waiting and trying to get that extra ult charge if they know they have 100% won the fight.
All right, so in between the matches, because we do have our fans here, this is, you know, it's an intimate affair. A lot of some of the, you know, very recognizable Valiant fans are out here. We've got some coaches, you know, doing giveaways outside and also explaining some of the strats that we're using in games. This is a really cool event. You know, if you're ever in the LA area, make sure you're following, you know, LA Valiant on Twitter and everything so you can keep up to date with these events. California Cup was awesome to have like 300-400 people out there.
Super
right?
Great
but
venue.
Then, it was.
Fantastic event.
Yeah.
Tournament.
But then here, being, you know, on Valiant campus, with only like 50 people out there, I'm sure, like, if we wanted to, we can have it packed.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But to have a
It's
smaller
cool.
and more intimate event.
Yeah,
we had tacos.
That's the word.
There were tacos.
Fantastic.
They were
tacos.
great. Yeah, I had 2 steak, 1
That's right. I remember.
One
you
pork.
had 1 pork. I had
Yeah.
2 chicken, 1 pork. I didn't have. How was
carnitas.
the steak? How was the
Generally,
steak?
the steak was great.
Oh,
The
yeah?
carnitas is like very tender.
I know. I actually
Super
really.
tender.
I wish I had gotten it earlier.
You should have. I should have gotten a 4th one.
Biggest regret.
Gotta watch the old beer gut here. Not
I
even
should've
beer
gotten
gut,
my
though.
9th.
I don't even know because I don't drink beer. Like this week is the most beer I've had.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Ever?
Just
Whole
esports
life,
mystery.
collectively?
Yeah. Like I just
fun
don't.
fact for you guys.
I just don't drink anymore. So like yeah, I don't know where this gut came from. It's definitely not from beer. It's tacos.
Probably from the 4th
It's from the tacos.
It's okay.
But yeah, so we're gonna have some change-ups in the lineup because we're not playing with a full roster and because this isn't, you know, a competitive show match. We're just having more fun. We're gonna be swapping things around. So
give a little bit of a spice, you know, mix it up, have some fun, create some different stuff for the viewers.
So it looks like for the next one, Mono's gonna be swapping over with Fate. So Fate goes over to New York, Mono comes over to LA. Arc comes over. No, wait, no, we had Arc before. Where's the other swap? Where's the other swap?
Do we know who's swapping?
Oh, Libero. We get Libero.
Yeah.
Libero comes in for us. And then.
Are you looking game 3 or game 2?
I'm looking at game 2.
Game 2?
Yeah. We get Libero. So you see all of LA swaps over here. Except for Fate.
Okay.
So yeah, Fate goes over to New York. Mono comes over. Libero comes over. Red Rover. We're gonna send whom over? That's it.
Fate was the only one, I believe. Changed.
Okay, so Fate's the only one, and Libero.
I think
And
Fate
Libero.
and Libero.
Yeah.
At least we'll swap.
So that's gonna be fun.
So it looks like Fate and Libero swap for each other.
All right. So if you have the DPS lineup of Libero and KSF, what are you thinking?
That's scary.
Yeah.
This is something that's now different, right?
Uh-huh.
Before I was talking about Pine and KSF. I thought that would be very interesting, and it was because they are both so clearly proficient on DPS and are so incredibly mechanically skilled.
Yeah.
Now see this, I think Libero's one of the best minds in the game. I think he knows where to be and what to be doing at almost all the time. So I think it'll be really interesting, especially on the map King's Row that we're going to be able to see how he does what he does.
Okay.
I think it'll be really interesting to see the contrast that they have.
There we go. Oh, we've even got graphics. All right, substitutions. Arc, Mono, and Libero going over to the Los Angeles side. Okay. See, it's better when there's graphics.
Yeah.
That's why graphics are a thing. It just explains everything without words. That's why they're called graphics.
Yeah. It's easy. It's almost like we have video technology.
It's like my job could be replaced by graphics. Oh boy. All right, map number 2 as we go into King's Row. Take a look. It's.
I would be surprised if we didn't see goats from both sides.
Yeah, I don't want goats.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised.
I've been liking the triple DPS that we've been seeing. I like that because this isn't as, you know, a serious of a show match. There are real no big stakes.
I feel as though they both said, you know what, this is one of the few times we'll get to play high level where we don't have to play break. Let's just not.
Yeah, and
I think they both agreed, let's do something else. Let's mix it up.
Exactly. It's like let me showcase something else, right? It's like have you been watching like some like the tier 2, tier 3 pugs?
Yeah, and it's just
With the Jane format? No. But like they get to ban out.
No, I know.
They get to
It's
ban heroes.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be New York starting off on the offense here. We do have 2-2-2 coming out from both sides. Maze from both sides. It's gonna be Flower versus KSF in the May battles.
Ooh,
the
gap,
wall
though.
not perfect, but a great disengage wall coming out from Flower there. You gotta be careful. Libero tried to speed boost on in, but he gets taken on out. Nene with a headshot. Oh, and they're on top of Mono now. He does have the Ana, but that's a great wall. Another one coming up from Flower, but the bubble keeps him alive for now. Still an exchange, but it's going in favor of the red team.
Slowly encompassing their way onto the point. Mono or Meko so high charge, just pushing forward. They're gonna see if they can clean up space. That energy is so huge to get rid of. Doesn't look like they're gonna overextend for it, but man, that was a dominating first fight from New York.
Yeah, there's a split between Meko and Jonak there, so
Really clever use of the May wall to counter the own push, right? They saw that there was a gap, they blocked the Rhine charge with their own May wall. Jonak goes down, a little bit of overextension.
a little bit. And actually that's pretty important, especially when you have the opposing side running the Reaper. That means they can just jump on top of you and you don't have a counter.
speed, you don't have a way to get out.
But take a look, Hart just going full aggressive with Libero there, able to take out KSF, who was on, Nene on that Widowmaker. And so, still the payload has to make its way through the choke point, but they're trying to buy time. They're 50%, 40% away from a Graviton Surge, and Libero is just able to chase down Jonak. Earth Shatter is used, but there's no follow-up. And so now, Mono stays alive. He's got his own Earth Shatter here. And Valiant are just routed, and they have to reset here. They still have plenty of time, but with the way that a lot of teams play here on King's Row now, taking the fight super early, here, it becomes so difficult to try and just snowball through second phase of King's Row.
LA starting to build up quite a few ults. Hammer comes down.
Yeah, Mono.
Going for a really, they're right at their spawn. Ooh, see now, this is dangerous now. We do have Pine upstairs with Blizzard, just waiting.
Yeah, there's no D.Va, so they can just go ahead and throw it in.
Soundbarrier comes out, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. They're stuck here for so long through this Blizzard. Ooh, fantastic healing coming out from Korea. That nade saved their lives. Able to actually tank them through the DPS of the Blizzard. KSF going round after round icicle into their head over and over, still able to tank through it.
Yeah, it was just a great focus healing coming out from Kareev and Arc. That sound barrier coming in with the Graviton. You know, that's kind of like it negated a lot of just the passive damage of the Blizzard and also some of the burst damage.
It gave them a second to prepare, to be able to get that nade up and ready.
Oh, they push it through the top of the wall. Doesn't stop anyone. Sound barrier used proactively by LA. Huge Bionade comes in, but Libero is biding his time. Jonak takes out Mono. Kareev has fallen here. I don't think LA is going to commit anything. They're just going to try and back away. But the New York Valiant, they are not letting up at all. They have found some more. They're only leaving one on the payload here as they're trying to get every single stagger. Now this is where you can have a really
Mono charging aggressively.
You got to be careful. I'm surprised.
Punished, not being aware. Ooh, but then no comes out saving his life. That now burst heal really coming in handy.
But again, they're using a nano just to get out of the point, just to get out of their base. And while they will be able to clean up these kills, they're not cleaning them up fast enough.
Now, so you have to wonder if that was actually worth it. Because instead of having all that pressure up front and going for that super aggressive play, what if they had that 3? They had 1 exclusively on the card the entire time. Look how close it is to finishing this push. If they had 3, you think maybe that fight would have gone a little differently.
If they had 2, they might have actually just had the point.
It might have been the deciding factor, right? Yeah. Having that amount of card. You have to remember always, the card goes faster with more people on it. Capping at 3, it's never a bad idea to have multiple people stacked on an objective.
Maywall is used, doesn't connect this time, but there's a Death Blossom. It doesn't get anything quite yet, but Mono has been so good with these pins, able to take out Fate time and again. Now as the Graviton Surge comes out with the Blizzard, the wall is going to be used to try and disengage from this fight, but the duration of it is not long enough, and so they will be able to clean this up. Here we go. Nene comes in this time with his Death Blossom as he charges forward, tries to get on top of that Ana, but has to back away now as there's a nano boosted Reinhardt on top of him. The Zarya bubble keeping him alive for now as Nene is forced to back away with the high ground. His Flower picks up 2.
Just absolutely tearing. Too many pressure, too many different things to look at for LA. Not able to really do anything. They had so many different pressures from New York, I mean, almost exclusively ults across the board. Almost 6 ultimates coming out from New York with the male. Actually, I think it might have been 6 ults.
Yeah, every single thing just
used and
thrown at it.
Every single ultimate.
3 minutes left though as we move into the 3rd phase of King's Row here. And Nene already on the high ground. He's been spotted out though. But he can hold this position. He can just pepper away at the tanks. And pepper away is he. Gets booped, almost dropped down, but a Blizzard is used there.
But he goes down.
Yeah.
Even exchange. I don't know how many are frozen right now. It's looking pretty slow fight, and ult's committed. Doesn't look too great for LA. Shatter comes out huge. 3 people all just on the ground. Just gonna clean up. Mono just gonna swing, take that. Con. Show him who's boss.
Yeah, that's gonna slow them down for now. And there might even get a huge stagger here onto Fate, who is just too far forward. Get this Lucio. These Lucio picks are so huge coming up from teams because they just get so much more value out of it. The utility of that speed amp is so great. Now, both sides are still running the May, but it's going to be New York, the offense, that do have the Blizzard along with the Nano Boost. But maybe a lot of this can get counteracted by the support ultimates from Los Angeles' side.
Depends on how well that beat is used. Oh, coming in with a huge grab, coming in getting... Oh no, just capping Orion. Blizzard comes out, freezing 2, KSF and Mono frozen. Clean damage coming out.
Counter grab comes out this time, but the sound barrier is there. That's going to keep them all alive on the side of New York. It hit 4 people, and now it's all it needed to really hit. as they pick up all these eliminations now.
Still
Coming
one on
down
cart,
to, yeah,
cart's
a
not
minute and
moving.
50 seconds yet. But there we go. They got 3 people onto the cart as Jonak just spawn camping. You normally don't see the Lucio spawn camping, but it can buy them a little bit of time. A full group up from the right-hand side on Los Angeles Valiant as they get walled off. That's only 2 of them that were able to make it out. Flower does have to be careful, but he does have the Zarya bubble there to keep him safe for now. Oh, the charge! Mono connects, takes out Fate.
Liberal walking forward slowly. This consistent DPS from the Reaper is just going to zone them out. They have to run. They're down too many in numbers. Ultimate's available for LA. Just going to walk forward and slowly take their man advantage and keep pressing forward.
Mono just came up with a huge charge there. Was able to send him down to the depths of the boundary. Even getting huge staggers with the Mei. We don't talk about that part about like how good Mei can stagger.
Oh.
It's one of the most brutal
Chain
staggers.
freezing,
Yeah.
wall. It's not a fun thing to deal with. See, LA they have the Nano Death Blossom, and Mayult's coming up soon behind that. Tankult's also on the way. It's going to be really difficult for New York to get in. They don't have any resources except for that shatter. They have to get a massive slam.
Death Blossom comes out. That's the full Beyblade picking up 2. Meko and Jonak have fallen, but here's an Earth Shatter coming on now.
Team, but no way to punish. Get shattered himself. Mono coming in with a shatter. Walking forward, slowly taking control of the fight. Fate stuck in the corner, getting healed. Not a lot he can do. Goes for the suicide environmental.
There we go. Now it's coming down. Last 20 seconds. As LA been holding on to this point quite well. They've got a Blizzard, which is a huge tool they can use just to stop people from trying to even get onto the point. They're going to have to commit a Zarya barrier just to try to get someone on there. And when that barrier is down early on, that leaves a huge window of opportunity for Excelsior. They try to go into the high ground, but the wall is not good enough. They're going in from the right-hand side, left-hand side. Blade now for Nene, who's on top as the Blizzard is here.
New York actually manages to build the grab just a bit earlier than that. Uses the grab made, but doesn't get anything from it. Trance comes out from LA, protecting them. Now the blue grab comes out, defending the point. I don't think there's anything New York can do.
Yeah, New York, they just had to bum rush the point, and at that point, again, Excelsior, Los Angeles Excelsior, LA, just had every tool at their disposal. They had the Mei. The Blizzard, of course, was placed perfectly there because everyone had to run through it. There was no way to really avoid it other than maybe try and take the right-hand window.
That fight was so close. If New York had built, both grabs were at 95% at the same exact time, percentages away. If that had been slightly faster, there may have been a point where they get that grab Blizzard and there's not a Blizzard that has stopped them from following up on it. It was percentages away from being a different game.
It was
super close. And,
so
again, so many shatters.
Yeah.
Constant, full team having all the game.
It's a love-hate relationship with this meta as a main tank, right?
It's
because you love it, because sometimes you just pop off, your team is just pocketing you, you're great.
Pin, you get a swing like crazy.
And then you hate it because you're getting CC'd by everything.
And flipped and hacked.
But right now, it was a pretty good match for the main tanks. Both
had a lot of fun.
Yeah, Mono and Fate were
a lot of huge shots.
I would say Mono so far though, like in the Ryan battles, has been dominating.
Looking a little dominant.
In both maps.
Yeah,
like he was getting the better of Fate in both maps. You know, of course, there's lots of micro things you have to talk about in that regard. But now, as we swap sides, it is going to be, of course, LA's attack now. I misspoke earlier. I just got really hyped up, and I was like, yeah, they stopped him. But it's going to be LA on the offensive. Take a look at New York's defense so far, though. Is Flower really going to be running the Symmetra? He's running out of time to swap, and it looks like he just might. Nene, though, is going to be on the junk right. He's already set up the trap here. Take a look at this forward defense coming out from New York.
Super interesting.
Yeah.
The thing is, they can just get out with TP if this is an
Oh, he missed it!
Bubble comes out, they get the trap, too. That's a free kill.
Ah. Okay, so I like the idea of that, right? Because like a lot of Zaryas just eat that trap to get the free energy. But then we're gonna... Yeah.
Unfortunately, time went down. They didn't have that TP to escape. That was their condition to actually have that strat work. They said, okay, we can go and get this ult charge, get this pick, no problem, not a huge commitment. But the Symmetra went down. They didn't have that TP to get out. They didn't have the ability to rotate out safely. They literally lose first point because of that. Great idea, just fumbled.
Yeah, neither team able to put up much of a defense here at point A, and so it's just gonna be Excelsior, Los Angeles just taking the point for free. KSF on the high ground, fakes out Onimo. Gonna back away because he is anti-nated here, but a huge charge comes out as Mono goes deep into the paint. Has to be careful. No, he doesn't. He just charges forward. W Mouse 1 drop down to 19 HP. Will survive for now. That was a close one, but they're not gonna oversend here. They're gonna go ahead and drop back and send 3.
Meko
onto
almost
the point.
being taken down. He does not want to lose that energy and doesn't want to get staggered. And manages to make it out though. That's solid. All right, Mono coming up on his Shatter. Kareev having Nano Boost. Looking a little rough for Valiant. For the New York.
For the New York side, yeah. We do have the Infrasight being popped here, so they know everything. As you can see, the Zarya getting forced out by a Lucio, of all things. Auric has no fear whatsoever right now on this Lucio now. The wall up, onto the line, they charge right up forward. They're not able to take him out quite yet, but he's so low. There we go, 2 kills go over for Los Angeles, and now they're going to continue to chase them. 2 on the right-hand side, like you had mentioned, in that alley. There's the Zarya and that Lucio. Free kills for them as they get taken out. And there was no stopping Blue, Los Angeles side.
Nothing but janitorial duties. Now all they just gotta do is just clean it up, sweep it, get it nice and tidy, and close out the second point.
Remember, New York weren't able to complete out the map. That's 68 meters here. Great Zarya bubble, but it's not enough. The charge with the swing takes out Fate. Mono still getting the upper hand. The main tank battles now.
Okay, so I swap out for the Tracer briefly to make it back to that next point. Swap back to the Widowmaker. We are seeing the mirror comms once again. Only thing is, LA's just up. They have the ultimates prepped and ready right now. They can take this fight whenever they want.
Alright, playing Gatekeeper here. Graviton came out and he tried to boop that Zarya, but counter grab. Earth Shatter connects onto 3 members by Fate, but he's not able to follow up yet. It's a 2-for-2 exchange as Nene is going off. Both supports down for LA, so any damage that goes across will stick. Mono's trying his best to exchange, but he will ultimately fall here. And so, Los Angeles, they have to give it the ghost. They back away. They still have plenty of time. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock for them just to push this a few more meters, try and finish this out.
Now, that may have looked like a little bit of a bad exchange, but that fight was going south due to the Graviton committed. Mono, knowing this, said, okay, I'm going to get as much ultimate as possible. I'm going to go and swing, and he built 50%. He's halfway there to another Shatter.
Here's a Blizzard, though, coming out from the side of Los Angeles.
Well, Jonak Frozen. Oh, an incredible body block from Pine with his own block.
Ice block, yeah.
That's
living up to the moniker of Ice block. Now here's a great wall, but the Bionade Libero has to be careful. He has to back away. He climbs that away.
Gets taken down by Nen.
It's a 1-for-1 exchange, yeah. The May for Kareev, though, and honestly, at this point, I think as Los Angeles, you might want to back away. But Mono is able to take out Jonak, so they're going to be able to maintain this presence on the point. They're going to push it forward. Not doing anything about the shield. Great wall, but the charge is missed there by Mono this time, allowing him to come in with that Earth Shatter. Still, they're trying to fight this out. Great kiting away. Another great use of that May wall. These May walls have been fantastic coming out from both sides.
It's looking like another Graviton race. Space at 92%, high energy. Meko at 74%. Who's going to be able to get it first? Who's going to be able to combo it with their May? It's going to be crucial winning this game. That's all that teams are looking for right now. Whoever gets that combination first, as there are no defensive ults in play, it's most likely going to win the next fight. There's not a lot you can really do against if your whole team is frozen in the ground.
Both sides do basically have that Grav Blizzard combo, though. But most importantly, it's going to be, of course, what else have you got in your bank? Nano Boost for LA, but also for Valiant. And so, honestly, both teams just going toe for toe. Oh, the Nano Boost onto the Reinhardt as he gets to the back line. Fate does get booped away, so he's not able to put out as much pressure as he would like. Finally gets on top of Libero, takes him out. And so New York will evict him once more. Picking up more, getting another stagger. Ooh, just clipping Arc there, taking him out. And they've dwindled away this time. When LA had 5 minutes before, and now they're down to 3.
That was a huge fight from New York. There was the small advantage of LA being able to have their Grav Blizzard combo up a little bit earlier. New York burned that with a great fight, and now they're able to commit another fantastic early aggressive fight. They've rotated through so many more ults because they're being proactive in these fights.
That is so dirty too, and you're right. You saw at the start of that engagement, Fate had used his Earth Shatter into the spawn. I got nothing with it. But after the combo, he's at 65%.
He's now ahead, which you would say, okay, you wasted your ultimate. You should be behind. But the numbers don't lie.
Yeah,
he's back in it.
We're about to have another Nano Boost up too. So, Animo probably going to drop it onto Fate. Might even drop it onto Meko though, because Meko's at 26%, and as Azara, you want to be able to combine with your,
and he's high charge too.
Yeah.
I think it all depends on how if the Reinhardt's there to stop it.
Oh, great Graviton coming out.
Nothing you can do against that.
Yeah.
No defensible is going to save you from that. That's a whole team wipe.
But they're fighting back though. They're fighting back. It's a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of New York right now. They weren't able to do
Mono
enough.
went
The sound
down.
barrier was there by Jonak, which saved a lot of New York side. But in overextending, they've given away 2 eliminations. This is LA's opportunity now, as they're able to just trade away properly. They're gonna get back onto the payload as KSF takes a quick peek, takes out Nene now onto the high ground, but oh no! Flub! KSF, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. They're moving the payload back. They've got a minute and 40 seconds here. But that definitely was an unforced error.
Definitely not what he meant to do. The whole team going to the left here, a little dangerous. Soundbarrier coming out from LA. Kareev also nano boosting up in numbers. Mono keep going forward. Arc pushing in aggressively. Gets the double boop out of the high ground, pushing them onto the cart. Fantastic swinging from Reinhardt. Definitely going to take this fight up. Too much in numbers to lose.
Mono's got the Earth Shadow too. As they're creeping closer. That payload is to the end here. 2 meters left. No one's going to be able to touch the point. They had a Tracer, but she missed her blink. It's going to be Los Angeles taking it, tying it up 1-1. Man, that sound barrier was clutch coming out. It kept the Zarya alive, and then, of course, he repositioned himself. Gets that double boop that you mentioned right into the waiting maws of Mono on that Reinhardt. And we know how good Mono's been on that Reinhardt.
He was waiting, arms open,
Yeah.
ready to just take the hammer. And honestly, pretty impressive play. Both teams managing playing around the Grav Blizzard really well.
It's been fun to see, and honestly, it's great that it's not goats.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
so again, I always, like, when I complain about goats, I put it with the stipulation that seeing it at the highest levels, when you see the little micro battles, the Ryan Shield Heart, like resource management, Zarya bubbles, D.Va defense matrix,
all those super micro things
Yeah.
that are really intense.
that's intense, right?
Yeah, it's so many small things that matter.
But your brain can only take so much of it. And after a while, you want to see something else, like seeing Zarya and Mei. We've seen a lot of Mei so far.
You can only count and
Remember-
track so many cooldowns.
Remember, at the beginning of the day, I said, oh, that would have been great if Lion was here,
Yeah.
playing for Berkeley or playing for LA, and
Oh,
also
yeah,
seeing his Mei, but now everyone's playing it in spirit, it looks like.
Everyone heard your request.
So we're now down to a de facto best of 3, because this was a best of 5, so we're going to have at least 2 more maps. At least 2 more maps here, right?
Next map should be Escort, I believe. Or is it?
I believe so, but in game 3 we're gonna have some more as well. Because remember again, LA cannot field full 6 squad, so we are taking lone players from NYXL. This time around we had Libero, Arc, and why am I blanking on this?
Who was it?
It was Libero, Arc, and Mono.
Mono,
Libero,
that's
Arc, and
right.
Mono.
Mono swap.
Yeah, and then we swapped Fade over to the other
Who is
side.
swapping for game 3?
Game 3. So it looks like it's going to be a full NY squad up against the 4 members
Full
of
Valiant with
yeah,
Animo and Nen.
Animo and Nene. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so it
Nene-
is going to be Assault the next
Nene
map.
gonna be on main DPS.
Huh?
Nene gonna be on main DPS.
That'd be great.
Interesting. That's
I want to see what his Ash is like.
That'll be. I just want to see Ash in general.
Yeah, we saw one a little bit on Widowmaker. And then
Yeah.
So I would like to see more Nene. Again, like this guy has had like such a meteoric rise. Even though like XL2 didn't do amazingly in the playoffs, they always performed well throughout the regular stage, and especially Nene. His name was always on everybody's tongue.
Yes.
Right now the fans are just getting a first look at the new 2019 Valiant jersey. Actually, they haven't shown it to us, so I don't even know what it looks like. So, so now we're just here stuck in a room.
We were just
mystery
told that this super awesome jersey is being displayed for them. We don't get to see it.
Oh, we do have a camera outside.
We have a camera outside.
Yeah.
Can we get a sneak peek?
Someone should
Will
just like
someone
run the
run
guy
in?
over. Oh, we
Well,
can't leak it.
We've been told we're not
Aw.
allowed to leak it.
See, that's why you need.
Unfortunate.
That's why you need to be a super fan of whatever
That's
team.
why you gotta be here.
Yeah.
You gotta be here so you can get the tacos, and you can look at the new jersey.
You get to look at
Get
the
the
new jersey.
exclusive merch.
Honestly, I'm really excited. With the off season, there's been so much downtime that you're just craving
I'm just
news. So like when a simple thing like, oh yeah, your away skins are available, I'm like, yes, praise, give me more stuff.
Away skins.
Looking for every league at
Color
this point.
palette swaps.
Exactly. Honestly though.
Everyone's favorite. Honestly, some of the hypest things though. Color palette swaps.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I'm still hoping that like they can build out a way for Collegiate to use that more.
I think
Because like
it's
so Contenders now has support with the new Spectator client, right? So you do have the Contenders colors, green for home team, white for away. I'm hoping as we move into the 2019 Collegiate scene that they can do something similar, just kind of automated, right?
Oh, so it's actually going to be a control 2CP.
I said that.
Going into. Well,
You never listen to me anymore.
I was gonna segue.
You never listen to me
you
anymore.
nag me, all right? You nag
All
me,
right.
and it's not fun.
All right.
You belittle.
I don't belittle you.
You just bully sometimes.
Okay, bully. Yeah, I don't
Okay, well,
belittle
bully,
you.
yeah, that's-
I don't belittle you.
Oh, okay.
All right, moving on to the third map. So yeah, the substitutions. We got Nene and Animo on Los Angeles' side, as we have the core four of the Los Angeles team. On the Valiant, or excuse me, on the New York side, they're going to be fielding Libero, Flower as your DPS. Wait, never mind. There's Libero, Flower, and Pine.
Interesting.
Okay, Flower's flexing over. It looks like to support. Flower's
Interesting.
flexing over to
Flowers
support.
and Yada, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. What are they putting Jonak on?
Jonak's not in this game.
Jonak's not in this?
Yeah. So it's Arc, Flower, Pine. Oh, we got you baited.
We got
You baited. Oh yeah, I think Jonak was he had a touch of the vapors and he couldn't continue playing anymore.
Oh, that's
So
right.
he's taking a rest. Yeah.
He's taking a break.
Yeah. All right. So as we're loading on here, it's gonna be New York starting off on the offensive. Dive coming out with an Ash. So now we get to see Libero's Ash, but with double sniper on the Los Angeles side on their defense, and so double sniper. I mean, it's Volskaya. It's something you're used to.
Pretty standard. Really long sight lines. A lot of ability to go on those flanking high grounds. Again, just so many areas for you to shoot from, shoot at. So many different ways to do effective damages with those sniper characters.
Yeah, Pine, he sees the double sniper. They waited it out until they could press tab and see the composition, so now he's going over to a Widowmaker. So he's going to take the duel against Nene here. But you have to remember that it's a dual threat. It's double sniper. It's KSF and Nene on the Widowmaker and the Hanzo. They tried to make an incursion onto the point, but they had to back away now. Slowly biding the time. Pine takes a body shot. Has to be careful. But there it is. With the orb, with the body shot, with the help of Flower, they take out Fate. It's a 1-for-1 exchange though as Libero goes down. But it's the res that works out in favor of New York here so they can continue this push. Never mind. Mono goes down.
Gonna have to regroup and wait it out. See again, Mercy with that huge value of res, but if you don't get anything from that, other healers really do provide more. So they're really gambling on the fact that he's going to be helping the snipers, helping boost that damage. With the Zen, like I was talking about earlier, that one-shot is now prevalent. And even if you don't one-shot, headshot on tank with damage boost and Discord, that's a rough one to take.
It really is.
That's a lot of burst damage that you're eating.
Now, Valiant slowly trying to take the right-hand side control, but now the boost is out on early. KSF with a headshot with the double kill, taking out two. That's just going to be it.
Mercy.
That's great, you know, ultimate efficiency here, just using the nano, picking up 2 eliminations, and then just putting a stop to them. And already New York have squandered away 2 minutes at a time. They haven't really done much except for build up their support ultimates. They've almost got their tank ultimates, but still, these are tank ultimates that can be kited away from. They're not something that's a guaranteed we win this fight. New York does not have a win this fight button.
That's the thing is, LA, again, an example of that monkey with the nano. Even just that nano boost, so prevalent in winning that fight for them. Whereas the Mercy ult, Valk, is not exactly a fight-deciding ultimate. It is sort of a, whatever, I'll use it.
KSF.
Pick comes out from KSF again.
Yeah, wins that duel. I mean, Pine was trying to take a 2v1, actually, peeking that corner up against both snipers there. And so his chances were not high at all. KSF, though, does get finally caught out. It's a 2-for-2 exchange. Sound barrier is going to be used by LA, and it only connects onto Kariv. Gets nothing out of it now as the Valk is popped by New York here. They're back onto the point, but here comes the Dragon Strike out.
From
It's gonna be
Spawn,
sent
I
out from
believe.
KSF all the way from Spawn. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to get anything.
I don't believe they can close this out.
Oh, it actually connects!
Oh my gosh, it
What?
Arc from across the map.
Arc! Oh.
Space gets mech too. This is actually stable. They can stabilize. They can
Yeah.
bring this back. Only a minute left too. This is looking really bleak.
New York does get the D-Mech onto Space, but there it is. They're back. Fate. Or excuse me, Mono only getting the kill onto Space here. He has to back away now. He does have the Primal here, and he's going to try and use it to get this kill onto the Ana, but the Lucia was there. The boops are there. The net, the nade is there, and he falls.
Breaking. Only a 36 seconds left, and Valiant, they used up all that's in the tank. They don't have any resources left to throw at this foot.
Yeah, they're gonna use a nano, just push into the base here as Fate. He's trying to get the D-Mech on to
really trying to push forward
D.Va.
to build up another Primal Rage, it looks like. They
He's
want to
close.
have that for the next fight. Only 12% away. This is looking really rough. They don't have anything coming up on the side of New York. They don't have a way to push in.
Yeah, we just see a tickle face-off going on between the Winstons there. But as we're coming down to the last 10 seconds, overtime about to tick away. They're going to go ahead and send the Winston in. It's Mono's job to try and touch here. His point is contested. He jumps on in, but now it's Fate into the back line. He's got the Primal Rage. He's got the get out of jail free card as he drops down low. He's into them, jumps on top of Libero,
So much
takes
disruption.
him out. They even get the D-Mech, and with that pressure coming out from him, they were able to finish this out. Full hold coming out from Los Angeles.
They weren't even able to touch point. They had that first initial touch to get the overtime started. The Primal Rage, too much pressure. They weren't even able to go.
Yeah.
Didn't have a second chance to even try to touch.
Again, they could try to run, of course, these sniper compositions, but sometimes, you know, at the 2-minute mark, you have to realize we need a win condition.
Yeah.
Right? Just go for an easy win condition
Which is
play.
an example. Valiant knew that. It's good to see that, okay, most people from an outside perspective,
Yeah.
using that nano boost to push towards that spawn that aggressively to get, you know, maybe a stagger kill, doesn't really seem like a great idea on paper. But the fact that you look at it and you say, oh, he's actually building the Primal Rage for the next fight, it's a preparation. They think, okay, we want that disruption and that extra HP and the ability for our main team to go completely ham. Primal gives that, Nano doesn't. So they use the Nano to charge the other resource, almost like an exchange rate of ultimates, which is actually really smart. And so you could tell that they had a clear, planned idea of how they were going to take that next fight because of the fight previously. Whereas New York really didn't seem to have any setup or any clear execution, which, interesting, we are going to see a tour.
I'm not against it.
I'm not.
When you get full held on point A,
I'm going to be against it.
You're against it. When you get full hold on point A, you need some sort of miracle, some sort of like, you know, curveball to really throw off a team's composition. So I'm not against this at all. Also, it's New Torb, and I haven't really gotten to see New Torb in, you know, higher end play quite some time. So he's got that new ultimate, the Molten Core now where he can shoot out the lava. The floor is lava. Pine starts it off though with that Widowmaker already taking out Kareev here, who's trying his hand at the sniper himself, as Nene is the one that goes over to the Zenyatta. So this is interesting. LA really trying to flex their pool.
The biggest difficulty that they're going to face is getting actually through this first initial choke. The spam that New York does have for this pump is quite threatening. They have all the poke damage from Orisa, Torb, Zen, D.Va. All of that can add together to make a very easy body shot pick for the Widow. Getting through that, but actually Kareev gets the pick on the Pine. Mecha pushing forward, trying to pressure. They're splitting up a little bit, not really together. Mecha sort of lost, sort of in the middle of both teams.
Yeah, I mean, who needs a body shot when you're able to hit those headshots here? Libero, though, is getting close to that Molten Core. If this turret can do some more damage, he will have it soon. It's at 92% as the Dynamite comes in. So that tick is huge, actually. 4 members going on down shortly afterwards, and just like that, LA is going to crack open the point. They're going to take the lead in this series. No one's going to be able to touch this at all. LA now taking it 2-1.
Again, I feel like, for me, the Torb, not an awful idea, but committing, a theme we've seen consistently today is committing all of your eggs in one basket just a bit too much. They fully said, okay, we're gonna hold choke, we've got the spam. We want to enable our Widow to get even easier picks than having to click on heads, right? Click on their ankle and you get the kill. That's what we're looking for. We want to hold this space with the spam. You have the Zen spam, you have the Orisa spam, you have the D.Va rockets coming in, you have the Widow spam herself, and the Torb spam from turret and left click. All a lot of huge, consistent chunking damage, right? Only problem is when they get past that choke, what do? You don't have a way to stop them.
Yeah, and what happens when like the turret goes down? At that point, like your Torb is effectively a non-factor. If he doesn't have his overload and someone's not jumping on him, he can't really do much, right? The overload is really great if you have a target right in front of you and you're able to hit the right clicks and just take them down. But no one was engaging onto him. His turret goes down. And then he has to try and set up another one, but you've got that. It takes a long time. It takes so long to try and get it up. But I understand why they try to run it, right? Again, like we've seen in the past in Overwatch Past that like hey, we need a miracle full hold here.
Let's hope the Torb turret splits pressure.
Let's try the Torbjorn, but you know, it was not.
Yeah.
It was not gonna be for them. But it looks like So it's 2-1. LA in the lead now. I don't know if we need to take a break or if the players are ready, but I mean, it looks like we're just good to go. I'm sorry, I was reading off the runner shelf, so I didn't know. Everything's just been kind of thrown around, but it's fine. But it's gonna be map number 4. So map number 4, it is going to be an escort map.
I think a really interesting part of
Junkertown. I don't know if it's Junkertown, but I'm thinking it's Junkertown.
I feel like with how many snipers
we're playing, it's going to be Junkertown, right?
It's got to be Junkertown.
Yeah, and then of course
every team wants to play snipers. Right?
And also May on like second and third points pretty good. So I'm thinking it's going to be Junkertown.
I think Junkertown.
Yeah.
I think one of the what would you think about last game? How do you feel about instead of Orisa for the defense? How do you feel about Reinhardt? Because I feel like Reinhardt gives a little bit of a buffer for when that turret is gone. Right?
Yeah.
Because
then repositioning it's much easier.
To push forward. Once the thing is, you're committing fully to 2 timed resources, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you now have sort of a gauge, almost like a matrix, like a bar, right? You have the shield, the health of that shield. Whereas once you've committed Orisa shield, it's gone. It's there and you can't move it. Same with Torb turret. If you have one that moves, I feel like you might have a little bit more of an option to be, okay, Torb turret's gone, let's move back. We don't have to throw all our eggs fully into that basket.
Yeah. And you can see how that did get punished because the Orisa was just
and the thing is you lose
too.
that Orisa poke, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like that's not prevalent enough
it's not as necessary, honestly.
It's such a small amount of damage.
Even though she got like the spread buff.
The buff.
It still takes a long time to build the supercharger.
It takes quite a while for that ultimate to
and then the way she does damage, it's not fast enough. Where like
it's not.
It gets out.
There's no way to kill confirm with her, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing you can't chase. You can't. There's no real.
You can't go
damage.
in like a Winston and burst them with the melee and the jump.
Can't toss a fire strike.
Have you seen her melee though? Have you looked at her melee?
I have not.
It's pretty brutal because like imagine it's an omnic fist coming at you, right? So it's a robot punch. Robot punches I would imagine hurt a lot.
Oh, doesn't it like split up or something? No.
She punches and then she twists.
Oh, so she fully
punches and then she twists. Just like really throws it in there.
It's a guttural punch.
Yeah, it's like one of those
you
like
said
Dragon Ball
to her
punches.
Parents, something she's upset at you.
Do you remember like when like Vegeta took on Cell and then like Cell would just like punch him through the gut?
It goes in,
but it wouldn't.
It makes like an out. Like
it wouldn't burst through him, but it would somehow shift all of his organs 3 feet this way and then back when he
turns his skin into rubber. And
Okay,
that's a versus melee.
So we're not gonna get Junkertown.
We're gonna get Rialto.
We're gonna get Rialto for
still
map number 4. Yeah, it is.
Still a good sniper.
So we could still see double, triple sniper if we want to, but I don't think Liberal wants his hand in it as he comes in, as he's swapping back over to New York.
So
I've actually lost all track.
Pine moving over to LA now.
Flower is also on LA now. No, Flower's on
Flower's
LA.
on LA.
Yeah, Flower's on LA.
Pine moves. So they swap Flower and Pine, I believe.
Yeah.
And then Nen and on and on.
Ready for battle.
I'm struggling to
LA!
The first map where we see Brig come out.
Substitutions, Mono, Animo, Jonek, and Flower are now on LA.
Fate is now on New York.
Yeah.
This is Fate's first game on New York.
Second
back
game.
with his
Second game.
old,
Second
old
game.
tough buddies.
It's second game for Fate.
Is it?
Yeah. Because they swapped earlier.
That's right, game
they
2.
did.
You're correct. You're correct.
But it has been Fate versus Mono for the majority of this series. So yeah, this is. Oh no. Why? Why'd you gotta do it, LA?
We were so close.
We were so close.
We almost made it a clean record.
And so yeah, the Valiant, New York swapping over. We were so close.
No Jonak because he's not feeling well.
We got it.
Pine comes down with a huge pick.
So
Pine gets picked.
Yeah. It's gonna be goats v goats. Oh, the charge comes out. Fate gets punished with that. It's a 2-for-1 exchange though as Nanamo. It looked like he was trying to go for possibly a boop and then he got punished by the Brig. Oh! The counter punish. Art comes in, gets a boop himself.
Artez, you ain't killing my D.Va. Get on that water.
A lot of people underestimate the water.
It's
and also
terrifying.
how many ledges there are for Lucio to boop you here.
There's so many different ways to swimming in this map.
Yeah, you really do have to be careful. Take a look, Ark has like, this is one of the greatest things about this meta, if you get to play Lucio, because very few people can really punish you, Because
Yes, there's not a lot of burst damage, and most of the time, if they use stun on you, they're gonna lose the Reinhardt war.
yeah, and you shouldn't be getting stunned
Yeah,
at a
and
Lucio.
you shouldn't be in the point where you're getting stunned.
You shouldn't be at eye level next to a Brig. You should at least be on top of the Brig so she can't go for the shield bash. Flower, though, doing a really great job on the Zen. He's already built up his Transcendence a minute into this game now. First person on the server to actually have an ultimate here. Arc right behind him, though, does have the sound barrier. They're going to go ahead, speed boost with the sound barrier here. Oh, the Reinhardt's dropped low. Transcendence is used, but it's not quick enough. Mono goes down as a Graviton Surge is there. There's no follow-up damage quite yet. Self-destruct connects, taking out
Ooh, but it's
Arc.
coming out from LA Valiant's side.
LA now with the rally, with the sound barrier, counter engage,
all
pick
spoils
up
burnt.
bait, and now they're going to try and get more. As they back away, do New York. One person goes down. That is gonna be Meko here, and so they're gonna be able to maintain this hold on point 1 as New York. They've got to reset.
A little bit of an interesting fight. I feel like the committal came so aggressively, and it really didn't yield enough.
I thought they were gonna speed boost faster.
Yeah, I
after the
thought they'd be a
sound
little bit more
barrier.
proactive.
And then they didn't.
They were just like, yeah, we can take this slow. See, this is the thing that makes Brig so strong. Is Zen with armor is the thing, and that armor stays until you get rid of it because it is under shield. So
Yeah.
Poke does not take that armor. So you have a 300 HP Zen for the rest of the fight. Grab coming out from LA, pushing in with the Reinhardt, swinging for freely into the. Oh, counter grab coming out. Shatter's apart, getting the entire team. Just a crushing Shatter that really completely stops that fight in its tracks.
He had no information about that either. Like you saw from his point of view.
That's pure game sense.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just
pure
pure-
game sense. Someone told him that he could go for the Shatter, and he went for it because like he had the payload completely taking up all like 103 degrees of his like POV. And so now New York now down to a minute and 10 seconds left here, but oh, Audible with a 2-man boop. Never mind, it's just the 1 man.
Arc lives, but Pine goes down. 3 full minutes burn on the clock here.
Things are not looking good.
Flower has this trance.
And the thing is, like, yeah, New York, they are far from hitting that critical mass with the GOATS composition, right?
Their
You want
strong
them.
ults aren't there. They don't have the shatter or the grab. Those fights that they need to win, they need to win with ults.
Yeah.
They need those ults. Those are your killing ults in this comp.
But Los Angeles, they're the team with it. They've got the grab, so they can build up a Shatter. They can follow this up with, of course, the Transcendence. Self-destruct is going to be the big, just
Grab,
Hail Mary, but nothing comes in. There it is. All the ultimates getting popped now, but it's LA still holding on to theirs. They've got the Earth Shatter, did not quite connect here as the Transcendence is used now, but they're not committing onto this fight quite yet. The Zarya bubbles keeping so many people alive for now. It's just a big wet noodle fight. Shatter is blocked by Mono.
Pick. Fake comes in, gets another kill. Mono comes in, counter pins to get that exchange. Up 1 for New York, gets another kill. Pine coming in, getting a full grab on the rest of the team. Gonna be a quick cleanup for the rest of this fight.
The fight just taking way too long, so New York were able to build up those tank ultimates that we were saying they were lacking. LA just were not able to finish off any of these fights whatsoever, even though they had the huge ultimate advantage.
I don't think LA knew that New York was behind that heavily. I think they were thinking, oh man, we gotta be careful. Ooh, pick coming out. Oh, sound barrier burnt. That's really unfortunate because now they don't have any defensibles for this next oncoming fight.
The timing was just a little bit incorrect there
Just a little
as
bit off.
Mono was trying to charge on in. He needed that sound barrier, the extra shields, just to be able to touch so they can continue to contest. And now New York pushing forward. They're getting great staggers here. Payload's going to make some movements, making up for some lost time here. They got 2 minutes to try and finish off the second checkpoint.
This constant poke coming out, really feeding these ults. Just from that fight exchange, Meko already at 50% after burning that grab in the previous fight. So, like, these little exchanges of this ult is so huge going into the next fight. Whole blue team going up top, gonna try to control a high ground area. Maybe try to make it a little easier to get onto that cart, take a little less poke on the way there. Grab coming out, going to start swinging, blocking, wary of the Shatter. Trance comes out, countering. D.Va doesn't net anything, but Libero ends up getting a kill in the back line, kind of stabilizing the fight, 5v6 now.
Yeah, that was just a great charge coming out from Mono. Like, you know, the grab only connected onto Fade, and they weren't going to be able to get anything off of it because Pine follows up with Transcendence, right? You're not going to be able to get rid of that Reinhardt. Instead, what Mono does, he charges Fate out of there so he can get that confirmed elimination. Now take a look at the sneaky play coming out from Mono.
Under the gondola.
Yeah, we'll see if anyone
don't
is
see
wary
him.
of it. They're looking. They're trying to keep an eye out. Did he get spotted? Did he get spotted?
They haven't looked around. They have not looked at this angle yet.
Oh, he comes in. It's a one. It's a two-man, but he gets booped on out. But they're going to be able to follow up. Animo comes in with a boop of his own.
Rally and B come out, though. They're still going to try to take this. They want this win. They're taking it slow.
Another grab comes out from Kareev. And that's going to be a team wipe. 40 seconds left for New York.
That's his fourth grab this game, right?
He's had a lot. And you tend to have a lot of gravitons.
Especially in Goats.
Yeah, in Goats.
You get the damage from your right click AoE, you build it so quickly, you can build it during shatters.
Yep.
So many different ways. And it's so easily to build it so quick.
So now here we go. Self-destruct right onto the bridge. It connects onto two. They're beautifully just split up here. They're going to try and reset quickly, but LA, they're going for these staggers. They're trying to get more. Earthshatter is committed. It only connects onto the D.Va. Here comes the Graviton, but there's no follow-up whatsoever because everyone's still in spawn. 9 seconds left. Someone needs to make a mad scramble for the payload here. They're trying their best as the Hammond is just getting booped around. This is just Super Monkey Ball. He touches just enough to proc overtime, but they're still just playing goalkeeper here. No one's going to be able to touch it. LA put a stop to them for the second point.
Really no way for them to get out of that choke, especially after almost like a panic shatter. There's no way you get anything off that. Their whole team's together. You don't know how many people are coming around that corner. You know they have trance.
Yep.
It feels like he was like, man, screw it. I got to do something. And that's never really a mindset you want to be having.
You know, you're down to 15 seconds left as that Reinhardt.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta have to slam.
You hold on to the ultimate to the next map. No, you can't. But
I feel like at that point though, you know you're not gonna get enough to win. You might. There's gotta be. My ideology would be that look for the best possible moment in that 15 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Because there was probably some place better to shatter than that.
When you have the entire team barreling in on you, 5v1 as a Reinhardt, I don't know if you see any other like good opportunities.
No, and I'm not saying like how he's a scrub or how could he do that. I'm saying I think you could have done something better, and that's always what you're trying to look for, right? Is you're always looking for that little bit of optimization that you could have brought into it. And I think just trying to maybe say that ult for another half a second, maybe that Reinhardt swings on you, maybe his shield was low and it gets broken, and you get a 3-man shatter, and that might be the fight. Just that extra man or that extra second to where you shatter them and you know get that extra value. It can sometimes change the fight.
All right, so now it's gonna be LA's turn to attack. And
Goats again.
We're getting
Both
goats. Goats.
Goats.
No, just 3 goats. Goats.
Just
goats,
3?
Goats. Just goats.
Well, technically 4.
No,
Two
3.
on offense.
It's 3.
Two on offense,
Goats. You gotta. It's the power of
you're
3s.
saying, okay.
It's the power of 3s.
I understand.
All right. Watch charm. Early charge coming out, but Mono is the one that's gonna be punished here. Actually, I was a little bit worried for KSF there. He went for a shield bash onto air and almost fell into the water himself. But yeah, again, it's been very aggressive Ryan charges coming out from both Fate and Mono.
Actually looking a little rough because I was just about to comment. Kareev is at already 100 energy for very little fighting going on. He's full energy, which is kind of crazy. And he has both bubbles at his disposal. He's going to be pumping out so much damage here, it's going to be insane. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Oh, double right click too.
Yeah.
Just pressure. He's already at 70% grab.
He's just bouncing them around. Speed boost right on top of his counterpart. Nene is not going to survive for long. He goes straight down.
And he's going to build more off of arc here too. He's going to have grab in this next fight. He's going to build in the middle of it. There's nothing they can do. They don't have. There's no way they build 50% of a trance by the time he builds 7% grab. This fight's dictated so heavily by this Zarya ult.
And he's just eating up all the damage too.
Kareev
So he's at 100%. He's at 100%. He's going for the grab. They've got the D.Va here, but he's able to just wait out the defense matrix, and they're able to just get right on top of them, pick up the 1 kill onto Fate. That's a huge Earth Shatter onto 4. The only person who dodged it, I think, was the Lucio there, but it went down. And so with that now, they're going to steamroll ahead onto the second phase of Rialto, and they don't have to push it far at all. It's Kareev. Look at that. He's already at 40% towards another one.
New York struggling to find their footing. Fate going down again, getting stuck in that close spawn. Really, really struggling to win these fights. It feels like they're fighting an uphill battle every time after the first fight. It feels like they're just down. Right now, they coming in, they have almost 6 ultimates. This is going to be a fight that they have to win, but it's important that they don't overcommit. they only have so many resources, and they have to save that for the next fight.
Fate's got to shatter. So this is one of the big things here. Is Graviton is used. They right into the back with the Earth Shatter.
D.Va bomb comes out.
Is still waiting for Fate. They want to try and finish this off. There we go. Graviton comes out from the upper side as LA wants to try and close this out. They've got 2 kills. That's 3 going over for them. Now,
just
huge Earth Shatter coming out from Mono. And with that, that's going to be the full team wipe. LA is going to take it 3-1.
Taking it happily, running away with it. I'm surprised. New York came in, they had 6 ultimates. They had a full roster of ults, and they weren't able to net anything out of it. How do you think that LA is coming out on top of these ultimate exchanges every single time?
I want to say it's coming down to the main tanks. You see, generally there is already like a main focus on the main tanks, right? But with the way that like both main tanks have been playing, there's extra aggression coming out from them to try and take out their counterpart. But in doing so, in trying to focus down Mono whenever he goes for a super deep charge, that allows people like the Zarias to like get stupid amounts of damage. And so from there, they were able to just snowball off of just, you know, how big the Zarya became. And they were not able to do anything on New York side. Yeah. It's one of the things about GOAT's compositions, that 3-3 composition, that people forget that like Zarya is also a huge contributing factor to the damage. If it's not the Reinhardt with the gold damage, it's more than likely going to be the Zarya because
it's very easy to get 2-3 man right clicks consistently during fights at 70 plus energy. You're building ult so quickly. It's a threat that you have to be addressing constantly.
Yeah, I mean, this was a great match. Honestly, again, you know, thank you to NYXL. You know, we were only able to field 4 Los Angeles Valiant players today, but you guys were kind enough to loan us your players and have this great match, this exhibition match. It wasn't quite, you know, the 6v6 LA Valiant versus NYXL off-season, preseason kind of thing everyone wanted to see, but this is the best that we could put on for you, and thank you guys so much for being so kind for doing that for us. And you know, I don't want to read that, but it says after the stream ends we're gonna rap battle space. Oh no. Hey, wait, did you ever watch the Jackbox streams that Custa had?
Yeah, of course.
I wish Custa was here so we could have done the Jackbox.
The Jackbox rap battle?
Yeah, where they do the rap battles at like, what is it, Jackbox like 5 now or something?
I think
6?
so. I think Jackbox Party Pack 5 or 6.
8? I don't know. It's kind of like now. This is what I call music. It just keeps going.
Jackbox. It is Jackbox.
It is a Jackbox rap battle with space. All right, and then we're gonna play Connect 4 with Kareem and get private Overwatch lessons from the players.
Beautiful. I'm excited.
I could use it.
Yeah, I could use a little.
Like I'm
mentorship.
I'm a diamond DPS player.
Oh, see, I'm a really good DPS player.
Oh wait, I think they meant they're gonna give tips to the stream. Look at me just being like, oh, I am like the prettiest princess in the ball here. Oh wait, it's actually gonna be me. I am the prettiest princess of the ball. Hey.
Sometimes beauty shines through, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got it.
I don't remember how to play Connect 4 though. My Connect 4 game is not on.
That's like, I don't remember how to play tic-tac-toe.
No, but there are strats. There are legit strats for Connect 4.
The strat is in the title. Connect 4.
That's the end game.
Oh, okay.
That's the end game, not the strat.
Not the strategy.
Yeah.
Not the mentality.
Like, yeah, you know, you can start off with like the Fibonacci.
The Fibonacci
starting move.
It's not chess. There's no Sicilian defense starter.
So the Sicilian is a fantastic defense, by the way.
Beautiful start.
There's a reason why, you know, I play the Sicilian, right? It's got a 3% win rate over white if you play if you know how to play the Sicilian, know how to play the different variations. I myself like to go with the the hyper accelerated dragon opening. Yeah.
It's a solid.
This is real, by the way.
No, this is not fake. This is actually things
that exist. Speaking of chess, did you watch XQC plays chess?
Of course I watched
XQC my God.
play chess.
One of the best things on the internet
phenomenal.
ever. But we got off track like we do here. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in for the Los Angeles Valiant community event. You know, it's a fun time here. Yeah. you know, it's great to see. This weekend alone was just a testament to what the Overwatch community, especially the OWL community, can do. You had the New York event, you had the Philly event, and now the Los Angeles event. And so all these teams working together to bring you guys more content during the off season. So thank you to Valiant, thank you to NYXL, thank you even to Philly for doing what they did. Vancouver even putting on their roster reveal just last night. So many things happening this weekend. It's just been chock full of news. But that's gonna be it for us right now. When we get back, it looks like I'm gonna be the prettiest princess at the ball. Everyone's gonna be teaching me things and playing things with me. It's gonna be great. We'll be back in a short few minutes, guys. This is the Valiant Community Day. It's hot.
It is hot.
Oh, dying.